It's good.
Oh boy, here it goes. We're doing it.
Yeah, now it's us. Hi
Oh, it's
everyone.
us.
Welcome. We're up. Yeah, it's thank good job, James. This is good. See how he behaves when he's a player, not the DM? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening, this lovely, lovely April evening. I hope all of you, wherever you are, had a lovely day. We are going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. This is, for those of you joining us, this is our session -1 of the Another One Bites the Dice campaign. We've had session -2, which is where we got to meet four of our 5 lovely players. Get a little introduction to who their characters are, get a little introduction to the world, and we're going to continue that journey tonight. So I'm going to have everybody quickly introduce themselves. Who are you? Where in the world are you? How are you involved in Quelmar? And who is your character? So, Nell.
Hi, I'm Nell. I am in New York City. I am involved in Quelmar. I play Tales of Quelmar with the animals. I am currently playing in Paranoia, and I just finished running secondary characters, and I play Lady Isadora de Carlisle. And that's all I have to say, right?
Yeah.
Great.
James.
Hi, I'm James. I am a game master for Quelmar for 8 years or so now, and I am also running the other campaign on this channel, Get Submodule, the Paranoia XP campaign. Woo! And I'm in Pennsylvania.
Lee.
Hi, I'm Liana. I am playing Willa this evening. Did I answer everything? I forget.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, hi.
And Glazando.
Hello, my name's Kelsey. I am currently in California. My character is Winter, and yeah, I sometimes play in Quelmar as a player.
Awesome. So, for those who are joining us for the first time, a little background. So our 4 players arrived at the University of Zerneros.
Oh yeah, Tyler, excuse me, Dr. Sarsaparilla,
Yes.
You should introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Tyler, and I will be your dungeon master for this evening.
Ooh.
And I'm currently in State
Spicy.
College, Pennsylvania, soon to be in New Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, really?
Really? Haven't
That's
we?
exciting.
We've all had this conversation many times.
I don't remember anything.
So back to the game that we're going to play this evening. Our 4 heroines, characters, found themselves at the University of Zerneros, a curious place. There were no other students. They wandered the grounds, met their very, very eager and chipper guide, for lack of a better term, to the university, Darwin. They were introduced to a curious, mysterious tiefling professor, Professor Rayburn, who welcomed them to the school, said expectations are high for this group, and then sort of left them to their own devices. They had a great meal. They went back to their room. They got sucked into a portal of magic fire. They fought some undead, ghoulish creatures. Woke up the next morning and were told that they were part of the Enclave. We're now jumping ahead a month. For those of you who were with us last time, we are time traveling, as these are sort of our introductory sessions. We're gonna move a little bit, and a lot has happened in the last month. All of our characters have met their advisors in their various schools and colleges. We have begun to improve upon ourselves and learn some new skills and abilities. So congratulations, all of you. You are all now level 0.5. Hey, hooray, congratulations. So there are some new things that you've learned and picked up from your advisors as you're starting to begin to understand and start to be introduced to the skill sets that you're going to be honing. Isadora and Zoot as clerics, Willa in the School of Bardic Studies, and Winnie as an artificer. And you've been told some more information about the Enclave itself and what the history of this group as part of this university was. So you learned that the Enclave has been around far longer than this university ever was. It was formed hundreds of years ago. The University of Zerneros is just one of many iterations of... The front is a lesser word than I would like to use, but we'll call it a front for now. That the Enclave is used to attract certain types of individuals in order to have them apply and seek knowledge and understanding of certain types of very specific types of phenomena. And you've learned that the types of phenomena that the Enclave is really concerned with are interplanar happenings in the realm. So the Enclave is solely concerned with studying the mysteries, uncovering the unknown facets of how interplanar connections are functioning in the realm, where the planes are meshing with one another, how creatures move between planes. It's very arcane, heavy, Enclave type study.
And this is a class, right? Interplanar Studies?
Interplanar Studies is Yalista Rayburn, so Professor Rayburn, who you've all
The
met,
tiefling.
the red tiefling. Her class is Interplanar Studies. Her class is the sort of formal daily check-in of your Enclave work. This is where this class you've learned, this is the class where you will be given certain tasks to do on behalf of the Enclave. You haven't been given any yet, you're all too new. But you've learned that the process as you go through and start to go further in your studies, you will be in this classroom and Dr. Rayburn and other faculty will come and give you certain things to do when certain issues arise in and around these interplanar.
So is the Enclave like a student work opportunity, or is the Enclave the entirety of the school? Like, is the Enclave something we are partaking in
Yes.
as we are learning, or is the whole school just a front for the Enclave and we don't actually have real studies?
Well, you have real studies, but your studies are all in the service of the Enclave.
Okay, gotcha.
So the school itself is not a school. The University of Zerneros is not a university, which is why you've learned there are no other people here. You've also learned that your advisors only take on a single student at a time. Curiously, none of you have been able to find out what happened to their former students, the ones immediately before you. But you've been here for a month. The four of you have been together. You've been communing in this suite in the Hall of Eve. Isadora, we know that you have a separate suite, but you seem to be spending a lot of time with this other crew in their common rooms. So I'm curious, and I think I'm...
And bedrooms,
and-
not in
and
a
their-
sleeping way.
yes, and their
In a
bedrooms.
sleeping way, but not in a subtext sleeping way, just in a
Correct.
sleeping way.
Yes, but I am curious. What have you all been doing this long month?
So I can start if everyone else wants a second to think. I think Zoot is most certainly a slow learner because this is a completely different caliber of education than everything he's always learned. Zoot has been a barbarian and a soldier and a fighter. This is paladin studies, so it is just such an alien concept that Zoot has obviously been very slow to learn. So it's been a month of working closely with Associate Healer Caston, my advisor, to try to pick up some of the basics. And even after a month, I haven't gotten super far, but I am very proud of the fact that I can close my eyes and just sort of look into the outsider weave around me and sort of feel the presence of creatures from the interplanar dimensions, which is something that the Watchers talk about, watching this realm and finding outsiders from it. And those outsiders specifically, if anyone's curious, it's divine sense. So celestials, fiends, undead. And so that is a completely alien and new power that was super crazy the first time I was sort of figuring it out. But I've had a month to practice it. I feel pretty confident in my ability to sense divine things. But unfortunately, that's about it. That's all I've learned in a whole month of education.
You've been working on some martial skills as well.
That's true. That's true. Those come easily.
You've gained you've regained some of that muscle memory.
Yes.
And proficiencies in certain things that you've been able to
practice. I like the fact that paladins also crush things with their magic.
Isadora was very, very disappointed when she learned, or she claimed to be very disappointed when she learned that there were no other students. And made it very clear that the only reason she was at the school was to meet other students. To her friends, made it very clear, but also spends literal hours every single day pouring through every single tome she can get her hands on, taking notes, practicing late into the evenings, and then we'll come down the next morning and talk about how ridiculous and absurd it is that they're here and what a waste this is. She is trying to teach Zoot to read. I said this in the chat, but for those who aren't in the chat, about half the time she sleeps in her own room. About half the time she shows up bearing snacks for Zoot and says that she's Hector tonight and sleeps in his room. She still wears dresses almost all the time. She almost always refuses to wear pants. Even when she does have to be in something more suitable for fighting, she never takes off her gloves. Even when she sleeps, I don't know if Zoot pays any attention to that. And she spends at least an hour every night aside from her studies, at least an hour set aside to write in her diary and write letters to her numerous siblings, nieces, nephews, cousins who she has to stay in contact with. So she's keeping very busy.
I'll go next. Willa is not very smart. So in that class, when they're talking about things she doesn't understand, she kind of zones out. She's not the type that studies. So she's probably just been doing a lot of hanging out in their room, playing music, exploring what she can, trying not to get into trouble when she peeks into places she's not supposed to get into. She's also probably been studying the new people a lot. So trying to pick up on the way that they do things, their personalities. Yeah. That's it.
And by new people, you mean Zoot and Isadora.
Absolutely, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so Winnie has been doing the opposite of Willa. She has been head deep, knee, or whatever the saying is. She's been in her books. She's been in her classes, doing a lot of work in the school's workshop with learning how to better apply and imbue magic into smaller objects, manipulate the sort of properties of magic around her, so she can do a better job at not just physically making something, but making sure the magical aspect is there as well. She probably was in lab until like 3 a.m. in the mornings and would come very late into the room and half the time sleep on the couch. So yeah, I think that's about it. She has been able to pick up a bit more skills in magic instead of just whacking people with her hammer. So, and she's been making stuff, most importantly. She's been tinkering and making things.
Yeah, I think I'll be curious to see what Winnie has been making. I am. So the four of you are starting your normal day. You're in your common room, the common area of your suite. You know that you've definitely had breakfast at this point, I promise. And you hear the all too familiar quick-paced knock on the door, and he doesn't even try to wait for you to open it. He just barges in, and you hear, "Oh, are you ready? Are you all ready to come to Professor Rayburn's class today? I hear it's going to be a good one."
No.
Yeah.
Zoot, I hope that you're joking. I heard from Associate Healer Caston that you were being a bit difficult the other day. But he assured me that everything would work itself out, and that you would be back nose to the grindstone, as they say, and back and eager to learn more. So I will escort you as usual if you would all come with me. And he sort of rushes himself away, and you go on your way, as you always do, to Professor Rayburn's class, her daily class, Interplanar Studies.
Sit in the front row, as always.
As always.
I sit in the back row as always.
Winter's definitely in the front row now.
I'm pretty sure Zoot claimed this section of Pew's first day of school, and he has stuck to it.
As you enter the classroom, you notice that everything is as it should be, and Professor Rayburn sort of steps out onto the dais, and she begins quietly at first. This is a difficult day. We at the Enclave pride ourselves on being able to anticipate and be proactive rather than reactive. Yet, we've learned recently that certain events have befallen former members of the Enclave. I've gotten word that, well, two of our students have been lost.
Wizards.
No, Zoot, they were not wizards.
No, wizards took the students.
No, Zoot. We've talked about this. Wizards are not all bad.
What students? We've been the only ones here.
Winnie, each of your advisors has had former students, and they all, after a certain amount of time here at Zerneros, go off and continue the work of the Enclave, but without the protections that the four of you are currently enjoying. They learn to handle themselves, and we send them on certain assignments. We are watchers, as Zoot would say. We patrol the boundaries between the planes of the realm. These two particular students who we lost were doing just that. They were former students from years ago, but nevertheless, their loss hurts just the same as if one of you were lost.
Whose students were they?
Winnie, you do need to learn to stop asking so many questions, but I appreciate your fervor and your vigor. They were Maestra Elsener's students. I'm sorry, Willa. The Maestra was not harmed.
That's good. Were they together?
Yes, they were. They were overtaken by a force that we don't quite understand as of yet. We have sent 3 of your professors out to the boundary to examine what happened. There are strange signs happening, and that's something that you all need to learn how to read, are these signs and the ways in which the planes can tell us things that we may not see at first glance.
I've gotten pretty good at reading signs, letters, symbols.
He's very good. I'm very proud of him.
Have you, Zoot?
He can write his name now. It was a big step forward. He misspells it sometimes, but we're working on it.
All I know
What do you
is
want from us?
I want you to know that the Enclave will do its best to keep you safe and to teach you all that we can teach you, so that you can remain as safe as possible while going about these tasks. But I want to tell you this so that you recognize what we are asking of you. We are asking you to go into places that you may never return from. And I want to make sure that each and every one of you recognize this and know this and hold this. And that if this is not something that you are comfortable with, know that you can leave.
Look, I can't speak for the Prissy sisters, but Professor Rayburn, I've been asked to walk into territories that I wasn't expected to come back from my entire life. So, if this is a battle you're trying to fight, then you're already looking at least one of the right members of your team.
I've never walked anywhere I wasn't supposed to go, and it's really rather thrilling.
I think Zoot puts his feet up on the pew in front of him. This is all a very comfortable territory for him.
I have nothing else to do, so
Winnie, you looked like you had a question for me.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions.
What a surprise!
I glare in her direction.
I don't even turn around. I'm looking up front. I don't even turn around.
So, Where did these people die, and what was their objective?
Well, die is a curious word. We don't know yet what happened to them. We just know that we've lost them.
What were they doing?
They were investigating for lack of a better word, a tear in the fabric of our plane. And Willa, I would say that you've been, in this last month, you've all been sort of exposed to this idea of there being boundaries between the shifting planes of the realm of Quelmar. And you've been exposed to the idea of tears or rifts or places where those boundaries are thin and sometimes non-existent. So this wouldn't, the notion of this wouldn't catch you off guard. The fact that students were being sent alone to investigate may be something that catches you.
That's really why I'm uncomfortable. Sounds very adult.
So, who are these students again? You told us who their mentor was, but what are their actual names?
Gloria and Galen.
And they were both with the school, the Bard School here?
Correct. They were former students of Maestra Elsenair.
And where in the realm did they disappear?
Well, they were investigating a rift that had opened somewhere a few hundred miles to the east. It was a curious and seemingly harmless rift. It was in an area that we had explored before and had never seen anything dangerous. I do, and I think I will always regret sending them now.
How often do you lose alumni of this institution?
Were they even alumni? They were, right? They were former students. So they had already, quote unquote, graduated.
The process of transitioning from student to alumni is informal, shall I say. They were former students, former by the fact that they had left the institution to go on various assignments for us, so they were no longer enrolled in courses with their advisors, as you all are, attending daily sessions one-on-one, learning from them. They had reached a certain level of skill that allowed them, like many in the past, to be sent on their own and be more than capable of handling anything that would come their way.
Well, I suppose they weren't actually capable of handling anything that came their way.
It seems so. Isadora, yes, it does.
So if they're lost, that means there are no bodies, correct?
As of yet, no bodies have been recovered, but we also have not been able to contact them. We have our ways of finding those who we have presumed lost, and as of yet, all of those attempts have failed.
Can we go to the place where they, disappeared?
Why?
No.
Excuse me, Willa, why?
Willa.
Why on earth?
Well, to try and
To
find
bring
them.
back the bodies. Oh.
Or that.
I think if the more advanced students were unsuccessful, it would be rather foolish to send us in their place.
we
But they didn't define it as more advanced. Professor Rayborn said they just were no longer taking classes here, so we don't know how it, quote unquote, advanced.
You could go with
they
us.
were.
they were very skilled pupils of the Enclave. They were well versed in their bardic talents and bardic skills, and they should have been more than capable of investigating such a simple phenomena. I fear that the phenomena was simply not as simple as I originally anticipated. We have sent your advisors out, Zoot and Winter and Isadora. The Maestra is inconsolable, and I would not have asked her to go. But we are waiting for the return of Professor Greyfeet, Healer Stoor, and Associate Healer Caston. I am sure that they will return. They will have information for us, and whether or not the students are recovered or their fate is learned, well, we'll make decisions about the future then. Yes, Isadora.
I'm so sorry. I'm sure this isn't the time, but there are other students then from the school. Will we ever get to meet them in a social environment?
Isadora, now, I've tried to be patient. You have asked this question every day for the past month, and I have told you many times. Your advisors only take one student at a time. There are no other students currently on campus other than the four of you.
But they won't return. They won't be back for like a celebration or a meet and greet or a speed dating sort of scenario.
Zoot's available.
She's sort of like she's is very uncomfortable, and Professor Rayburn just sort of stares you down and very firmly, no, Isadora.
Understood. I will retire the line of questioning for today. For this week, out of respect for your loss.
It's at this point that you hear a very rushed and hurried knock on the door to the right of the stage.
Double gumdrop.
And Professor Rayburn wanders over and opens it, and in walks a figure that you're unfamiliar with. You haven't been introduced to this particular faculty member yet. She's a slight and slim tabaxi woman. And you hear sort of hushed tones, her and Professor Rayburn talking. And you can't quite make out what they're saying. You hear, "Gone, gone, all gone." And you watch Professor Rayburn slink down into the pew at the front of the room.
What did she say?
And the tabaxi sort of like is shaken by this. They are gone. All gone.
Who is all?
And the tabaxi just walks out and leaves.
Professor Rayborn, what just happened?
Our three professors cannot be reached. I need to I need to go and contact some of the other professors. Darwin, and you see sort of Darwin just comes in and trots into the back of the room and says, yes, Professor Rayburn, yes. Darwin, escort them back to their chambers. Don't let them go anywhere. Something is happening. Students, please trust me and know that I will be in contact with you as soon as I know more. But please, for your safety, I don't understand what's happening. And she leaves. She just sort of suddenly rushes. You've never seen her act this way before. You've been in this classroom every day, and nothing ever seems to rattle her, but this seems to have her rattled. Okay, we will. Well, I guess Professor Rayburn wants you to get going. We should get you back to the Hall of Eve, and I'll stay with you. We can stay together and until she either summons just me or all of us.
Look, Gumdrop.
Yes, Suit.
If Gaston's gone, then so am I. I have no work here. I have nothing to do at this whole academy. I need to go home.
Zoot, you have breakfast and your reading lessons. I think that should be quite enough to keep you busy for a few days.
No, Gaston was going to teach me to be a watcher. I have a life debt to a man. And if I can't be a watcher, if this school isn't going to teach me to be a watcher, I need to find someone else who can.
Zoot, I understand that you're upset. I think we're all a bit shaken by this news, and I don't quite know what to make of it. But let's just all can we all get back to the hall and we can talk about this there. But I don't want to stay in this room if Professor Rayburn wished for us to leave.
Tyler,
Yes.
as soon as people start making their way back, and as soon as Darwin turns his back and starts leading us away, I book it to my lab.
Okay.
I look at Willa, and I go, and then I dash.
Okay. Let's head back to the. Let's head back to the hall. And Darwin sort of walks you back.
I want to like slip my arm through Zoot's in a very like ladylike manner, but to try to forcibly guide him back.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop into Zoot's head.
What
gonna-
does that mean?
I'm gonna send him a little message.
Okay. Yes, new skills and abilities.
So I'm gonna tell him, on the bright side, we don't know.
It's not
that-
sending. Don't count the words.
Yeah, stop that. God, ew. I'm gonna say, on the bright side, he may not be dead. So there's still a lot to learn.
Whatever.
So the three of you are deposited into the suite in the hall. What are you doing?
I'm gonna distract the little man so he doesn't realize that my sister's gone.
Oh, where did
I want to share something with you. I am writing a song, and I'd really love your opinion on it.
okay.
Yeah, so just sit tight, get cozy. Yeah, so I'll pull out the lute, and I'll start playing. And I'll start to sing, but then I'll stop. Just no, that's not it. and I'll just kind of keep this up for a few minutes, trying to remember. Oh, that's not the right. Oh.
Is the one that goes?
Yeah. I think that might.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
No. It was something else. It was a new one. It was a bit darker.
Bo-bo.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So while all this is happening, Winnie, you are brought to what you recognize to be Professor Greyfeet's workroom.
Well, I can't see it on my screen, but I can see it on Twitch. How fancy is that?
What are you doing?
Wow.
I am going straight to. I would think I have a good feel for the layout of the room because we've been working together the past month.
Yes, you know this room.
I'm looking for his journal that he keeps on okay, so I'm looking specifically for his journal that he keeps track of, so he writes like his sort of daily thoughts, ideas, hypotheses, conclusions, whatnot, anything that would happen. Like, I pick that up. I also pick up his sort of collection of sort of his recipe book for various things. Some things I'm probably way too,
Yeah, so when roll an investigation check for me.
Yeah. It's a good roll. I have to look to see
You
if I
do
had
have to
anything
look
this
now
time.
because you all have actual abilities now.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, you tear this room apart and you find the recipe book. What you don't find is his journal.
Do I find any other papers?
With a 20, I'll say that yes, you found some letters, some what looked to be some personal correspondence. It between him and who you would probably deduce to be some sort of romantic partner. You're not quite sure. You two don't have the type of relationship where you may have inquired. He definitely has not told you what his.
I don't think I have, but I'm gonna take him anyways because I think Isadora might like him.
Beautiful. Yes. So you take. There are 5 letters there, and each one is addressed to him.
You're my favorite.
And
wow.
but other
I
than that,
also
there's no other paperwork is in the.
Yeah.
In
I
his
also
office.
take. Yeah. I also take the 2 objects I've been really working on for the past month.
Mhm.
You know which ones?
Yes.
I just kind of take a moment and look around me and just kind of let a tear fall out because it felt so real. Finally getting to a place where it felt so good to craft and create, and the idea of losing someone so knowledgeable and valuable to me is just utterly crushing. I go to look for my mentor's hammer, and I take it if it's there. Like his crafting tools, if I can.
Yeah. Roll a strength check.
You know I don't. You changed it. I have a -1 to strength now. It's an 8.
8. You take his hammer. It is heavy. So you can lift it, but it's the sort of thing where if you're going to walk back across campus with it, it's going to take you some time. You're going to have to take some breaks, change hands. Unless you want to sort of take the time and see if there's a way that you can fashion some easier method of carrying it, but just carrying it on its own is going to be tough.
Yeah, I'll take like 10 minutes to try and rig something up like a hobo. I'm just stealing from him at this point. It's fine.
Make a dexterity check.
It's a little better. 14.
Yeah. Okay. So it takes you probably a good half an hour, 45 minutes, but you're able to piece together. I mean, this is the place on campus to be if you need to make something on the fly, which you know. You've become familiar with the workshop over these last month, so you're successful in sort of fashioning almost like a sling, sort of haversack bandolier combination where you're this tiny woman, half-elf woman walking around campus, but you've got this giant dwarven hammer sort of strapped to your back, while you also carry the recipe book and the 2 other items that you've crafted.
Yeah, and can I use my Tinkerer's ability to make it look less big? Just to make it look like, oh, you know, nothing special. Just a girl walking with like a backpack or something.
You can. It's going to take you more time.
That is the 45 minutes it took me to make the sling. Dang it. It's okay. Never. I'll just walk with it across campus.
Okay.
There's no students here.
There's no one watching you, so.
It's fine.
Okay, so where are you going?
Then I go to. I think by now. Would I know where anyone else's offices were? Of the ones that disappeared, the mentors that disappeared?
You would be familiar with them. It may take you a bit to find them on campus, but you would know where they were.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the hammer. I'm gonna go to those, and then I'm gonna come back for the hammer, and then go to the common room. I hope Willa has tons of songs prepared.
Okay, so you're gonna go, and what are you doing in those other offices?
Yeah, I'm just doing the same thing, just looking for notes, a journal, anything that kind of gives us more information on what actually is going on here.
Okay.
Like what happened.
Yeah, so you approach, you leave the hall where Professor Greyfeet's office is, and you go to Healer Stewar's office, and the door's locked. Do you try the door?
I have thieves' tools, don't I?
You do. Make a...
Wait. Can I make an Arcana check real quick?
Sure.
That is 21. Love this die.
21. What are you trying to find out with that Arcana check?
Is there any like magical ward on the door?
Yes.
There we go.
What do you want to do?
I don't think I know how to dispel it, so can I try to dispel it?
How would you like to try to dispel it?
Damn, I shouldn't have left that hammer back there. I would like to take out my thieves' tools, or my workers' tools.
Okay.
And, because they can, I don't know. I'd like to, yeah, I don't think I can do anything at the moment.
Make
I think
go
at that
ahead.
point in
Yep.
time, it's been a
Yes.
while. I
It has
think
been a long-
now
It's been
is
a
when
few hours.
Zoot realizes that Winter is actually missing.
Wait, where's your sister?
In the restroom. And I elbow him really hard. Isadora noticed, but she's solid.
Well, we should wait for her then. We don't want to split the party.
In the restroom here. She'll be back in a few moments.
Yeah, she
Probably, unless she's having restroom problems.
Oh,
Yeah, I think she had
Okay.
something really weird for breakfast.
oh, okay, yeah. All right. Well, great.
Zoot, I apologize. I was in the the thrall of Willa's lovely music.
Thank you so much.
Did you say
Beautiful,
Zoot,
beautiful.
did you say that someone was missing? And
Oh.
Darwin sort of like looks up and starts looking around and
Winter-
goes, "Where?
Wendy's in the bathroom.
Where? Oh,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah,
in
she's got a tummy ache.
oh.
I'll walk
didn't
over and
see
I'll
her?
knock on the door.
Win!
I don't think she wants to be interrupted. That's private business. But
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go over and follow Zoot to the bathroom. And I'm gonna lean over to him and I'm gonna say, hey Zoot, I have the most beautiful sandwich inside of my nightstand that I've been saving for you. It's wrapped up in parchment. I think you would really like it. Some side of, I don't know, like meat and cheese. Some lettuce on it.
Don't tell your sister, but
And I'll say this real loud, like Winter can hear me on the other side of the door.
but you're my favorite of the two factions.
Thanks.
I'm used to helping siblings stay out of trouble, so while she's trying to talk to Zoot, I'm gonna try to just distract Darwin with, whatever. Pestering about if he knows any young, rich nobles who would like to visit the campus anytime soon.
I'm gonna go get the sandwich and be happy.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give him a little Sammy. There's also a little cookie in there. Yeah.
Give you cookie. Oh, Lady Isadora, that's a fascinating question. I'm not really familiar with the circles of nobility in the region. But I will keep my ear to the ground, as they say. And we'll let you know as soon as I hear anything about any sort of eligible young bachelors that may come along.
I can always count on you, and I'm gonna nose boop him.
There are other rooms inside of this room, right? Other doors.
Yes.
I'm gonna walk out of the bathroom area, like wherever that is, and I'm gonna walk to the door, like I guess like opposite the room, opposite the side of the room, and I'm gonna walk in, and then I am going to yell out in pain and fall to the floor.
Make a performance check for me.
Okay. All right, 15.
Yeah, it sounds like you are hurt.
Ah! Oh my gosh, I think I hurt my ankle. Ah!
And Darwin sort of rushes over to you and well, up, get up, get, and he sort of like tries to. He's very small, and he's trying to sort of like herd you onto one of the sofas.
Yeah.
And if
I'm
only,
gonna-
if
Ooh.
can someone get some water? Winnie, I know that you're in the water closet, but and he sort of runs to the door to say, and he sort of and he sort of slams on the door and goes, oh, I know that you're in the water closet.
Oh no, for my sweet! And I'm gonna go running out of the room.
Yeah.
So Isadora, you're gonna go across the hall to your room.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I also
is-
would like to come out with the sandwich in hand as well, and I'll have my other hand up with a very faint aura, and I'll be like,
I haven't mastered this one yet, but I can help you.
Zoot, that's a great idea. This is the perfect.
I have healing touch.
This is the perfect opportunity for you to practice your skills. So, and Darwin
Okay.
just sort of like stops banging on the door, and Zoot, you can take it away.
All right. Okay, be very still. I need you to stay completely still. I was able to successfully use it on a small sparrow once. That's not very different from what we're doing now.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I will try to use lay on hands, but it's not actually on my sheet, so I am going to fail.
You are going to fail.
I don't actually have any way to cast lay on hands yet. I am not good enough.
Yeah, just nothing happens.
I don't think it's working. Sorry.
Oh, and
Fine.
Zoot's just kind of
Thanks for trying.
Darwin is still just frantically pounding on that. And he goes, Winnie, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Miss Winter. And he opens the door to the water closet and sees that it's empty. Where's Miss Winnie? Where's Miss Winnie? We were all supposed to come back. We were supposed to come back to the room, and she's not here. Where did she go?
What do you mean she's missing?
She's not here. She's not in the room.
I saw her go in there. How could she not be in there?
She's
Wizards!
I've got water. Is everyone all right?
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know. Am I supposed to pour this on my ankle, or am I supposed to
Did you
drink
want
it?
my healing?
Isadora, can you make a medicine check for me?
That's something I'm good at. That's not maybe something I'm good at today. Where's my sheet? That's an 11.
I mean, you know that water isn't supposed to go on the wound. You are trying to assist Willa by keeping her hydrated, and you're able to sort of determine that there's not really anything wrong with her ankle.
If anyone wants to punch her really hard if she's about to die, then I can help her. No takers? All right, well, here you go. Drink up.
Thank you.
So
I
it's
appreciate
at this moment where Darwin is about to freak TF out that Winnie, you arrive back at the hall, having unsuccessfully been able to access the other two professors' offices, but lugging in
I have my
this
hammer.
immense
I have my hammer.
hammer that Darwin immediately recognizes as Professor Greyfeet. You went to the lab. You went to Professor Greyfeet's lab. You got
he has a nicer bathroom. It's a little bigger.
Yes.
Oh.
Darwin, this is like a lady issue, and I get really embarrassed when I have to talk about it.
Say no more, Miss Winnie. I will just sit here and he sort of like trots over to the.
And I look over at Willa and I give her a wink.
And yeah, Darwin has trotted over to the sofa, and he is just content because now the four of you are here, and he can see all of you, and none of you are going anywhere, and everyone is safe, and all is right with the world. And Darwin is.
Oh, I love him. I would die for him.
Darwin is satisfied. Winnie, what are you? I mean, I'll say that Winnie comes in. She's lugging a giant hammer on her back. She is carrying sort of armfuls of papers and books and other sort of materials that you can't really quite make out what they are. And she's just sort of stumbled into this scene.
I'm gonna hop up and walk on over.
Oh, you're all better. Oh, this is a great day.
You know what it was? It was your positivity. You just make things better.
Oh, that's very sweet of you to say, Miss Willow.
Yeah. I'll come on over and I'll sit down. What'd you find?
Can you help me get this stuff into my room?
Is it? Yeah.
Kind.
I don't know about that thing that you have.
I got it here. Just take the papers,
Okay.
and I'll take the hammer.
Okay. Yeah. I will grab the papers.
Which way is the room? I'm still really bad at figuring. I can't see the doors in here.
It's sort of off to the over where Darwin is. That corner is that's where the doorway is to your bedroom.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. I just dragged the hammer into the
It just makes this
bedroom.
on the marble. It's just like this like horrible fingernails on a chalkboard noise. But you get you get it in your bedroom.
Cool. Okay. Well,
Yeah. What's up?
something doesn't feel right about this. They sent our mentors out and they're gone too.
Well,
And-
not all of them.
What am I supposed to do now? This is everything I wanted, and now it's gone.
Look, I think
And she's just kind of hugging on to that recipe book she found of like Greyfeet's basically master crafts.
Mhm.
Like it's like a Bible or something.
1 second, and I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna walk to the doorway, and I'll look at Isadora and Zoot, who's sleeping. Be like, hey, you guys want to come in, hang out?
To your bedroom?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna like shake. I've gone to sit next to you. I'm gonna shake him awake.
We're gonna
We're
be
going
in
to
here.
their bedroom to hang out. Darwin, is that all right if you hang out here and we'll go have some child time together?
Yes, Darwin doesn't know what child time means. He's too embarrassed to ask. He just sort of plays it off like he had sort of dozed off a little bit, and goes, oh yes, whatever you need, whatever you need. You just take that entire wing of the suite is yours, and I'll remain in here knowing that we are all safe.
I'm gonna lean in and go, I was saving this for Hector, but I was saving this for Zoot, but I think you should have it, and pass him off some like little bag of crackers and cheese.
Thank you, Lady Isadora. This is so kind of you. I will enjoy this while you all have a child time, as you put it. And he just sort of plops and sits down and is super thrilled to be here. And you all sort of enter the second room of the suite.
So wait, so this is the bedroom of Willa and Winnie's bedroom?
Well, this is sort of the antechamber to their bedroom. Yeah, these
They have
suites.
an antechamber.
You're learning that you are the only 4 students here, so y'all got hooked up. Like,
it was pretty cheap of them to put all 3 of them in the same fucking room.
But again, what you're learning is that this isn't a normal dormitory. This is.
Yeah, it's got fun fire.
So what do you do?
Yeah.
You're all in this room. Darwin is in the.
Of course, I have 2 bedrooms, 2 antechambers.
Of course you do.
I understand that you all have to share them.
Of course
So
you
sad, but you're welcome at mine anytime you'd like.
Thank you.
So at least on my half, you'll notice like just stacks of papers and writings and little doohickeys and gadgets that like kind of look like homework she's been working on. And like the bookshelf is just filled with massive amounts of books she's taken from the library.
My bookshelf
Like a
is
grad
full of-
student's office.
Like Kelsey Laser's office. Got it. Yeah, that's good.
There's just a bunch of
Isadora
instruments.
goes right to the window, looks out.
So, what did you find? Anything that's useful to us?
Not really. I did find these, and I take out the romance letters.
Ooh, what are those?
Spell scrolls.
Maybe. I don't think so, though. It starts with my dearly beloved, my angst in my
Can I
heart.
see them? Please, please, please. Can I read them, please?
Yeah,
Please,
yeah.
Winter, please.
Of course. And I give you the 5 love letters. He's.
Would you like me to do a dramatic reading? Does anyone else care about the contents of these? Should I
We
save them for
got
myself?
time. We've got time. I didn't give them to you to read to yourself.
My dearly beloved, I miss so dearly your smell, your touch. My bosom heaves with desire as I lay here alone and think of you and dream for the time that we will be together again. I hope you think of me too. I am always with you.
And you, Isadora, you'll notice that the letter is signed "Your dearest Amen," and it's Amen, Aemon.
Oh, these are gorgeous. Such delicious prose. Absolutely scintillating, moving, emotional, arousing. Oh, these hold what the greatest romance novel only dreams of. And I immediately pull out my diary and start like taking notes.
Oh,
So you just like kept them in there?
I pull out my like scroll of paper that I keep in my chest at all times.
Huh.
yeah.
So like anything about like, where they went?
I hit a bit of an obstacle. I tried to get to the other offices, but somebody's, I look at Zoot, mentor, put a ward on their door. Now, I couldn't get in, but maybe I could craft something that could help us get in, but I can't dispel the ward without time and tinkering.
One of us may be able to help you.
Was there also
Those of
a
us who know
ward
magic.
on...
Yeah, so there were you weren't sure what was there, but there were some sort of magical essence to what was keeping the doors to both head healer Orala Stour, who is Isadora's mentor, and associate healer Solrith Caston, who is Zoot's mentor. Both of those offices were bound by some type of magic.
Yeah, so I couldn't get I couldn't get in, but
Only affecting the door?
Yeah.
Are there any
Yeah,
windows?
Now,
Ooh.
why are we plotting to go off adventuring again? The last time that happened, we ended up fighting some strange creatures and some strange ritual. Can't we just be content to, hang out as the commoners say, and
Dora,
waste some time as
what if
we
while
wait
we're
for them to
out,
return?
we meet some of those beautiful grad students that we've never met before? We can
You
meet
think
some
so?
boys.
Do you think they'd be there? Do you think
why
would they
not?
have sent them?
Maybe. I'm sure
my
they
goodness.
could be on.
All right, I just need 5 minutes. I'll be back, and I go rushing out of the room to the bathroom.
Right.
So Isadora, you're leaving?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go touch up my makeup.
I'm gonna go walk over to Zoot, and I'm gonna like poke him.
Ow.
I'm gonna poke him again.
What?
I'm gonna poke him again.
What?
You said you didn't want to stay because Caston isn't here anymore, right?
There's no reason for any of us to stay.
I know, but I think you're really neat, and I hand you a gift. And I can't make eye contact with you, so she just like holds it out like this with her head down.
What is this?
So, I noticed every time we have a meal, you eat like it's the last thing you'll ever do. I'm
And?
not very good at my skills yet, but at least this necklace will here, let you hold the charm in your hand and think of something you want to eat, something that you've never had, something that think of something that was like your childhood favorite meal or food that you haven't been able to have in a long time.
Zoot will think of cream chitin kebabs.
And what happens, Winter, when he thinks of them?
Slowly you feel the amulet charm warm up a little bit in your palm, and you start to smell them, the rich smell of these kebabs, and when you open your eyes, they are not in your hand, but they are in front of you on a plate on the floor. steaming hot, just like Mother used to make. Cream chitin kebabs. So this way you never go hungry, and then I go walk away, and she definitely is upset. I'll miss you. You were really cool. Bye. And she'll just go waddle back over to the window where Willa is.
I'm playing, by the way. Every time you play music, it's me. That's the thing.
Even during the battles with like the battle drums,
Oh, yeah,
it's
I'm like,
always.
Yeah.
And I
it's
shout,
me.
you can only do it once per day, but
Yes.
that way you'll never go hungry.
I think Zoot
And the
will.
other
Yeah?
limitation is it's an item of food. It's not like
Yeah.
you can't conjure a banquet. It's an item of food. She's learning.
I think Zoot will sit down and place the amulet on the side table, and then just for an uncomfortable amount of time, just flick eyes at amulet, eyes at floor where the plate is, and eyes at amulet, and eyes at floor. I think this is an uncomfortable level of wizard magic that is also amazingly looking, delectable, delicious. You've
is
created
his
a
worst
really,
nightmare.
really
His worst
troublesome
fucking nightmare.
situation for Zoot. This is you thought you were doing a good gesture. You might just break him.
And
So-
the thing about it is it won't, so the food won't be cold. So until you actually start to consume it, will it actually, like, it'll stay fresh until you start to consume it. If you ever make
If
Find
I
the
ever
courage.
consume it. If I ever find the courage. Yeah, no, I think Zoot's pretty speechless right now because he's stuck between trying to say thank you and trying to say, "Be gone, wizard." So he's gonna be quiet, and he's not even leaning back in the chair. He's super engaged, just staring at the amulet, staring at the food. Back at the amulet, back at the food. It's gonna be like that for a little while. He might need some time.
That was really nice of you.
Yeah, maybe one day he'll actually eat the food that he conjured.
Maybe. Maybe not.
You still have the butterfly I gave you, right?
Mhm.
Okay, good.
About this time is when Isadora comes bursting back in. She's fully changed dresses. She's got full makeup, like a new hairdo in. When are we going? When are we going exploring? Adventuring?
Yeah. Wow. So fast. You
It's a
completely-
montage. I can help you anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Makeover montage.
Love it.
Isadora. Isadora. You're not Hector
I'm
unless
Isadora
we're in the
right now.
other
I'll be
room.
Hector tonight. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
That sounds so weird.
Don't worry, baby. I'll be Hector tonight.
That's just our arrangement, okay, people? That's just our arrangement. That's how it is.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Zoot's gonna point at the plate of cream chitin kebab. So cream chitin, of course, is insect-like skin meat kebabs.
Oh.
I'll say, touch that.
What is it?
It's my mother's cooking.
Can I eat it?
Yes,
I've never tried
maybe.
whatever it is. Oh, I'd
Try
love to
it.
try
If
some.
you do eat it, don't eat it all. Just take one bite.
Okay, absolutely. And I want to take one bite. What do I taste?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, that's not what I'm good at.
Wyvern-born delicacies, baby.
Yikes. I don't think I'm proficient in Constitution. Am I? I am not. That's a +1, which is a 5.
5. You don't. It's not a flavor issue. It's a texture issue. It's that kind of wrong. You get it down, but you're a little worried about what might happen in the next 45 minutes to an hour.
Zoot. Thank you for sharing this with me. It was an honor to try it, and I will never forget this food that your mother prepared. I'm going to return to the restroom. I'll be right back. I just need to touch up a little bit more. I'll be back. And Isadora rushes off again.
I think that has given Zoot the confidence he needs. That's exactly the reaction he was expecting for a small fleshy nobody to try to eat
keel over.
Yeah, that's actually impressive. Most humanoids of that shape and size tend to not take to our food so well. So I think that the reaction was pretty much on point. Zoot will walk over and he'll just grab the rest of it off the floor and just shove it down his gullet. And then does it actually taste just like I remember?
Yep.
You have done well, little wizard. You have done well. I will take this amulet, thank you.
Sure.
I'll immediately try to conjure more kebabs.
Now it only works one time. There's a cooldown period. That there's a cooldown period. You can only do it one time a day because I'm not that good. But if you ever need something to eat,
Listen to me, little wizard Winter. You are very good. That was amazing.
just don't forget about us when you leave, okay? I know I might not be your favorite, but you can be mine.
You're not.
Can you teach me how to be a watcher?
I'm gonna hop into a brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Never mind. Not necessary.
Yeah.
Make a deception check, Winnie.
Can I help her and just say Winnie has been watching things her entire life? She is
I'm
so
very observant.
good at looking at things and
Sure. Make it if Will is gonna help you craft the story, make the check with advantage. So roll again and take
Ah, thank the Lord! The first one was a 2. The second one was a nat 20.
oh. She's so good at everything that she does, so I'm sure she would be a great teacher.
I'm
She's
probably
always
the most observant person you've met.
Well, then this is good. You will teach me with your wizard magics to be one of these watchers, and then I don't have to go all the way back to Terrace.
Perfect.
I will return when I am trained and proper and ready to settle this debt.
Yeah, you know, and you can clearly see she's a bit, not good at making things up necessarily in this. You know what? It just so happens that, I found a great weapon for a paladin like you that you could wield, but remember, it's a special one, so you must take care of it. And I lead him over to where the great warhammer I brought in was.
Wait, are you giving me this too?
Long-term borrow is a better phrase, but yeah, you can borrow this.
I will take this too. I will take your magic and your hammer. Thank you, teacher.
Just Winnie.
Thank you, Winnie Wizard.
Just Winnie.
Wizard.
I'll take Winnie Wizard. It's okay. I'll take it.
Isadora returns in a pink dress. She's changed again from signature blue to a pink. Her hair is now in like half up, half down over her shoulders. It's usually all up. Slight touch-ups on her makeup. All right, are we going? Are we ready?
Yeah.
The boys await.
Yes. I'm gonna peer out the window.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Is there any activity outside? Do I see any of the teachers? Like, any movement?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, 19.
Yeah. You're sort of looking outside the I guess it would be the western side of the Hall of Eve, overlooking. You're on the 3rd floor, so you're overlooking the sort of grand staircase entrance, and you see that same tabaxi that sort of rushed into the classroom, just slowly walking back and forth in front of the hall, sword in one hand, just clearly looking out, looking away from the building, clearly looking in a sort of presenting in a defensive manner. Like this tabaxi is defending the hall, and making sure that she's keeping an eye on the sort of what you know to be the rest of campus. I mean, you walk out of the Hall of Eve and you're on the grounds, and then the gates are sort of northward, but there's nothing dangerous. You walk these every day, but for some reason this tabaxi is prowling the front of this building.
I'm gonna turn back to everyone. So remember that person that came in to class? They're outside right now, and I don't know, like, they seem very alert. I think something might be coming.
Then perhaps we should forget about the boys or whatever quest you all were on for now, and prepare for battle, and then return to those quests and boys later.
Yeah, I'm fine with putting the boys on the back burner. That's fine. But battle, I don't know what we're battling. And that's what
Perhaps Darwin can tell us. Perhaps we can use our combined power of winsomeness and charmingness and beauty and naivete to convince Darwin to give us some more information.
I can tell you right now, Lady Isadora, Darwin knows he's not in the loop on things. All he knows is that he needs to keep us safe, and they don't tell him anything. If you've
I
watched,
think you may be underestimating him.
if you've watched how he's interacted with the other professors, I'm pretty sure he's not really told.
But just because you're not told doesn't mean you don't know what's going on. I learned that very young.
My advisor's still around. She didn't go
We
out.
should
Divide
get
and
to her.
conquer? 2 of you to her advisor, 2 of us on Darwin?
I'm gonna start putting on my armor.
I guess I could see if she's in her office.
I can go back to my workspace and try and craft some sort of magical key that'll get us into those
I
two
feel
locked
like,
doors.
though, here's the thing. If that lady is outside right now with their sword out, getting ready to fight something, we should probably stick together. Because I feel like if we are apart, it becomes more dangerous for us. We don't know what's coming.
That's true. I cannot disagree.
So that
So
means we're
order of
wandering off.
operations, Darwin, and then your advisor, and then Winter's workshop? Since Darwin's outside and we have to deal with him anyways, we see if we can get any information first.
And
When do
then
we
your
fight?
advisor?
Zoot's like halfway through donning his armor right now. He's just getting the sort of plate over his.
Wait,
I guess you're wearing chainmail, but yeah.
Hang on a second, Zoot.
Buckling.
I didn't hear fighting in that
Dropping his armor.
itinerary.
We'll fight after Willa's advisor before Wynn's workshop.
Okay.
Is that
You're
all right?
getting
If it's
good at
number
the
3 on the
names.
list?
Yeah.
You're getting better at the names.
Fuck! Shit! I forgot that was a character quirk. Fuck! Fuck, I can't retcon that I did it all wrong. Can we retcon that I said everyone's name wrong? Fuck.
No, you can't. You can't. You've learned. It's been a month. You kept it up for like a week, but they're just too charming.
God damn it.
Hi.
I just have a lot of names rattling around. It's good. I'm good at names. That makes sense.
You are good at names. That is the one.
I have too many
That
names.
is one of the many things you're good at.
Now,
is names.
now the thing
I had
is,
to write them on your guide on my hand for like a week, Winter and Willa, but eventually I did get it. It said Winter short, Willa loud. Is
said
how I
Winter,
remembered who was who.
12-year-old, 13.
Winter Wizard.
Winter baby.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Oh, y'all, like, if we need to leave, I doubt Darwin's gonna let us leave, so if we need to sneak out, what are
You
we
just
gonna
knock
do?
him out. He's small. You have a hammer. You want
I
to
don't-
fight
I don't
him,
want-
dude?
No, Zoot, you're not gonna knock him out. Listen to
he's not
your
gonna let us
master.
leave.
I have a plan.
Okay, I'm listening.
We all just come back here. I charm the door so that when he knocks, he'll hear 6 seconds of a recorded message when tapped.
Oh,
Okay, and what is?
what he'll hear?
I was gonna say, what does the message
is-
say?
The message will be, "Hi, Darren. We can't come to the phone right now, so please leave us a message with the." No, Jake. It'll be, "Hey, Darwin. We're all gonna take a really, really long nap, and please don't disturb us. We're gonna be really, really quiet, and we need you to be really, really quiet so we can sleep. Don't worry, we're just sleeping. Not leaving, just sleeping."
Does that message play every time he knocks? So if you came back a second time he knocks. I love it. Deal. Zoot's in.
okay,
So that's the backup. Okay, cool.
okay. We can do that.
So how are you
Yeah.
getting out of this room without Darwin seeing you?
There are windows, but we're up high, right?
3rd floor.
Featherfall, I can't do that.
I
Just kidding, it's on my list of spells I'd like to learn someday. Actually, I'll be able to fly someday. I'm just kidding, I don't know that either, but out of character, I'm really excited to be able to fly. Woo!
So, not
why don't
out the
we-
window?
Why don't we lock him in the room? He's small. Just pick him up, put him in the room, close the door, and lock it.
I don't want to upset him.
He'll be
I
fine.
don't wanna upset him. I like
no.
him. What
Willa,
I do.
Willa, no.
Okay,
Willa,
I know you all don't want to split the party, but maybe I can stay and distract him, and the rest of you can run. I don't want to lock him up. We're going to get in trouble. He's going to be upset. I'm going to feel bad.
Well, we don't have to run. We just gotta be sneaky about it.
Well, why don't you come with us? I'll loop the door so every time he comes knocking, and we'll lock it.
But how are we gonna get out?
Are there sheets in here?
You'd be able to find sheets. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome!
we did. I did this all the time back at Dad's.
You tie sheets together and climb out your window at night?
Not at night, during the day.
What? Wait, I'm sorry. Were you locked in your room? Were you not allowed to leave?
No, I was trying this new invention of mine. It's called like a
Oh, I understand.
yeah. I was
My
seeing how
older
much.
sister Yasmina taught me how. I
Yeah,
never
so-
did, but I know some fancy knot techniques.
Yeah, it was just mainly to test the tension weights, how much weight the bedding sheets could bear. Fell a
So,
few
She
times
was
to
trying to,
get it
sneak
right.
out to meet boys, but you sound like you had much greater plans.
perfect. Do it.
Okay.
We do
So I-
that.
Oh yeah, I look at the big one. I'm like, okay, this will be fun.
Okay.
Okay, so Tyler, am I limited to whatever's in this room or in our bedroom?
Yes.
Okay, so I get my backpack.
Mhm.
I put the recipe book in my backpack
Mhm.
and some of my tools, like whatever normally is in my inventory.
Yep.
And then I get the bed sheets.
Okay.
And I what's the heaviest? Okay. Help me, Zoot, can you help me move the desk? We're gonna tie the bedding to the desk. And we're
Yeah.
gonna belay ourselves down.
Yeah, Zoot's gonna just agree to help whatever you need to be, whatever it takes to just get out of here. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna take the desk. The issue is you're really heavy, Zoot. How many stories up are we?
3.
Oh, that's not bad. People have survived to jump worse. Okay, so the issue is, Zoot, you're kind of heavy. So, our combined weights of me, Isadora, and Willa, would that equate to what a 1 Zoot?
Your
You guys are all pretty
weights?
small, so probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need to get Zoot out first because he's the heaviest.
Okay.
And then I'll just catch you guys. It'll be piece of cake.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Cool.
So I tie it a few times around Zoot,
Mhm.
and then I look for a brace to put the rope, the sheet around,
Mhm.
so that way it's less tension and less weight for us to pull. Physics.
Physics.
Uh,
Yeah, you've
and
got
then
some very convenient stone columns at the sides of the fireplace.
yeah.
Mhm.
And so I do a couple loops around them to help, and then okay, Zoot, butt out first, and then you're just scaling the wall down. Have you ever? It's like being belayed, and we have to hold this end.
I actually know how to belay people. I worked at a summer oak camp for one summer, which is very funny because I'm very small and very scared of heights. That's out of character. That was not Isadora.
So I need.
Well, the good thing about belaying is that you can belay someone almost twice your weight if you set it up correctly.
I need
can.
Willa, Winter, and Isadora to each roll a strength check.
This ain't gonna be good for you,
And
fam.
Zoot,
Not a dex check?
Zoot, I need you to roll an athletics check.
Piece of cake.
Woo! Sorry, y'all. That's a 3 from Isadora.
So 13
14.
for Winnie. I
Tyler, I have a quick question. I have a in the new half level sheets, it says plus.
+2 to athletics.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. For some reason it cut off the 2, but if I highlight it and scroll over, I can see the +2.
Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you.
Yeah, it's +2 to athletics. Yep.
Then in that case, my athletics check was a. I have to roll it. How do I roll dice in the Discord? There we go. Great, I got a 21. I got a 19 plus 2.
21. Okay. So this works. It's a bit Zoot, you're a pro. You are scaling the side of that building like nobody's business. Winter and Willa and Isadora, you're successfully struggling with it, but you are successful.
Woo!
And Zoot, you sort of make it safely onto the ground.
I should go last because I need to bug the door. So, Lady Isadora, why don't you go next?
All right, gladly.
Okay.
What do I need to roll?
So Isadora athletics and Winnie and Willa strength.
Shit.
There's no world in which this is a acrobatics.
Nope.
11.
11.
16.
That's a 14. 14. Could have been worse.
Okay. Yeah, Isadora, you're certainly not as graceful as the 300-pound wyvern-born that went before. You're sort of
It doesn't help. I'm wearing a billowing dress
stumbling
that's like
and
catching the wind.
stumbling and slipping, and your like very fashionable boots are slipping on the rocks as you scale down.
I'm trying to hold my
Um,
rapier, my like umbrella under my arm.
You're also
at the same
being
time.
distracted by the 300-pound wyvern-born who's sort of dancing below you as if he's going to catch you.
Don't look at my skirt.
and yes,
Very improper.
Yes, you're very sort of concerned about that, so you're holding on to the rope with one hand
Holding
while
my
still
skirt,
holding your
holding
skirt.
the
Yeah,
rope,
yeah, you know.
trying to get
Yeah.
the parasol under
Yeah.
one arm. It's great.
It's like taking off like the shirt under your sweatshirt without taking off your sweatshirt, right? Yeah. And then so who's next? But you do make it to the ground.
No, I'm sorry. Can we back up? Do you often take off the shirt underneath your sweatshirt without taking
Well,
off your sweatshirt?
It's like taking your bra off.
Yeah,
That's
I do that frequently.
okay. It's the same thing. Oh,
I just don't wear sweatshirts without shirts commonly.
oh, okay. I don't know.
I do that all
I
the
do.
time.
I was like, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try it then.
It's nice. It's
You will know a
comfy.
secret I don't know.
It's real comfy.
All right, Willa, you're up. Athletics, winter, strength check all by yourself.
You know, I will probably at this point realize that without the help of a second person, is there like a big metal rod in the fireplace, kind of like that uses to hone the?
There's a poker in there. Yep. Like a fire poker.
Yeah. Yeah, so I use the fire poker in the chair and I kind of wrap it around it and put it horizontally against the window pane so that the window pane can take a weight and I don't have to roll, maybe?
You'll still have to roll, but I'll let you roll with advantage. Because you're
Okay,
still
cool, I'll take
you're
it.
still gonna need to hold on to it.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, go ahead.
The first one was a nat one. Second one is a 2.
Oh.
18
Minus-
athletics.
-1 is a 1 for strength.
Great. This is where I die, I guess. But I'm really athletic and I have dexterity, so maybe I can like roll or like hold on to something.
So, Willa, you sort of step out and you're with an 18. You're scaling that wall and you're doing great. And as you're about, I would say, 25 feet, you're about 15 feet below the window, about 25 feet from the ground. You just hear a crack, and Winnie, the rod that you put in the chair
Yep.
has snapped the chair legs,
Yep.
snapped the window pane. So now, Willa, you have tension, and then all of a sudden, all of the tension is out of the sheet. So
Is there anything for me to grab?
I make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. All right. Am I acrobatic?
Zoot's down there trying to catch her.
Zoot, are you trying to catch her?
16.
So yeah, I think so. I think Sue probably would.
I'm running the opposite way. I'm getting as far away as I can.
Okay, Zoot, make an athletics check.
I got a 16 for acrobatics.
Okay.
I got an 16 plus 2, so 18 to catch.
All right, so you are, Willa, you're falling 25 feet off the wall, like sheer straight down fall. But at the last second, you're able to sort of contort your body in such a way that you notice Zoot sort of waiting below you, so you're just very instinctively like tuck,
Yeah.
knowing that he's about to cradle you, and he does. You both sort of fall to the ground. The momentum Zoot takes you to the ground as well. But you've landed. Both of you make a perception check.
Okay. 8.
I got, jeez, I got a 19 again, but I don't know if I have the bonus. I have a plus. Yeah, I got plus nothing, so I got a 19 total.
Okay, so Zoot, you hear the whistling of the metal poker that is following Willa out the window.
Oh no!
Willa, you don't. So Willa, I'm gonna need to make a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
with disadvantage. Zoot, I'm gonna need you
Why?
to make one, just a straight roll. Because Zoot, you heard it, so you're able to react. Willa, you are not.
So just a d20 with nothing else?
Just a d20 with nothing else.
Boom. I got a 10. Not so great that time.
Okay. 15 or an 18. Oh, I'm sorry, or a 19, 20, 21, or 20. So just 15, because I had to take the lower one.
Okay, so Willa, you didn't hear it, but you are sort of still being held by Zoot, so you look up and you sort of are able to yell out as you see this coming at you, Zoot, you did hear it, but you instinctively looked at it, and it's going to smack you square in the top of the head, and I'm going to say you...
Wait,
You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
I'm dead.
Oh my
I'm dead. I'm permanently dead.
Are you dead? Wait, for real, who's dead? Because I can help you.
So Zoot, 4 bludgeoning
help.
damage, but that's the last thing that fell. You're both on the ground. Isadora has...
I look at how he says that like we should be grateful.
Isadora has run away, and Winnie, you are still in the room, but the sheets are all gone because they fell to the ground. The rod is gone, and the chair is broken and splintered, as is the window,
That's fine.
the window frame.
It's fine.
So what are you,
Oh my
what,
gosh.
Winnie? What are you doing?
Okay. This is an inventor's paradise. First I bug the door
Mhm.
so that, and I lock it so that if he comes knocking, he'll hear the message. And then, let's see.
I'm gonna try and help Zoot in the best way that I can.
Okay, make a medicine check.
I don't know.
Yeah,
about
thanks.
that. I'm so sorry. Thank you for catching me. That's a 2.
Yeah, you
can I make a
have
medicine
no
check?
fucking
Can I
idea
come
what you're
help?
doing.
I'm just
Can
gonna
I come help with medicine?
Isadora,
That's something I know.
you ran away, so where?
Oh, yeah. Not far. I was just trying to get out of the like falling radius, so I'm like 30 feet away, just like hanging out and watching. I just didn't want to be falled on.
Okay, make a medicine check. That's fine.
Hey, that's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
I will send you a picture. Not touching
Oh,
it.
I will always trust you all. We're doing real dice. We wanted to do real dice. We're doing it for real. I'm not going to question it. So with a nat 20, you're able to sort of like bandage up the wound. You tear a little bit off of, not like the dress itself, but maybe like the lining of the dress, somewhere that won't be seen.
You got
I have
the
several
sheets down
layers of
there.
fluff underneath. I want to pull. Oh, the sheets.
Oh, there you go.
Great
Sure.
idea.
Yes. You see the sheets sort of laying there. You're able to sort of fashion a bandage. You stop the bleeding. There's a pretty nasty welt on this wyvernborn's head. You can tell, despite his sort of normal
Darling.
scaly, bumpy skin.
I'm sorry.
That's gonna hurt tomorrow.
I'm going to give it a kiss too. I'm going to wrap it up and then give it a kiss, because that's what I always have to do with my nieces and nephews. I wrap it up and give it a kiss.
Winnie, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're getting the mattresses,
Yes, we are.
and we're
Ride that air, dude. Just coast down.
It's
Let's
only
go.
it's only 40 feet. What could go wrong?
Fine.
fine. I take both of them,
Okay.
and I take no. Okay, so this is what I do. You ready, Tyler?
I am so ready.
Okay, so I take both of our mattresses and I throw them out the window, and I say arrange them so I can have a comfy landing, right? Stack them up on each other, and then I go out of the room. I was like, hey, Darwin, we're gonna have a sleepover, so I need to go get their mattresses, okay? So I go.
Well, so you go out of the room and Darwin's not there.
Did we just jump out the whole ass window? Well, we didn't have to. We could have just used the door. Damn.
None of you checked if he was still in the common room before you hatched this scheme.
Well, Darwin is dead, so I hope we're happy.
Better fucking not be.
He's not in the common room. Winnie, you don't see him.
Yeah.
That's all. There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing looks out of place. Doesn't look like there was a struggle. He's just not there.
Do I look out? Can I look out the room real quick and look down the hall, see if he's down
Yeah,
there?
he's not there.
I go get the other 2 mattresses, and I leave a note on the table that says, "We're having a slumber party in our room. No boys allowed except for Zoot." And then I rig the door with the message, and then I throw 2 more mattresses out the window. It's like, guys, this is a great plan. Darwin's so gonna fall for it. I don't tell him that Darwin's not in the room.
That's good.
And what do?
Don't
You just
what?
jump. You just jump in. You just going for it, or
Well, there's 4 mattresses.
okay. Make an athletics or make an acrobatics check.
Do a flip.
I'm gonna be down here like, no, absolutely not. No,
It's okay.
no.
Zoot will catch me if anything goes wrong.
Zoot has a concussion.
Please don't
okay?
let him catch you.
50.
He's already injured.
Winnie, are you aiming for the mattresses or are you aiming for Zoot?
Mattresses.
Okay.
Mattresses. But I'm just saying this.
Aggressively body checking Zoot out of the way.
So I rolled acrobatics, and I got a 19. So
Do a flip.
I do a flip.
With a nat 20, you might have been able to do a flip. With a 19, you are able to sort of very gracefully.
Well, I don't dive out the window.
No,
I hang. So
you hang and then you drop because that's the smart way to do it. And you, with a 19, you're able to sort of land perfectly in the center of the mattresses and sort of instinctively do like a fall where you crumble and you sort of roll backwards off of them so the momentum carries you and you're unharmed. You're fine.
My eyes are closed this entire time, by the way.
Winnie, do you take advantage of the fact that your sister's eyes are closed? Do you mess with her in any way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you see me standing up. You know how like the gymnasts finish their vault like this?
Brilliant.
You see me.
Don't ever jump out of a window again.
I didn't jump. I just, let
Don't
go of
drop
the.
from a window again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's figure out what we're doing. I'm gonna like grab you.
Well, yeah, and so you've leapt out of these windows. You're out there on the ground. There's mattresses strewn about. You've made a bit of a commotion of and a spectacle of yourselves, and so you see.
Oh, that lady.
The tabaxi.
No, fuck.
And she is sprinting towards you, going, "Children, what are you doing, children? What?
We're here to fight.
Where is Darwin?"
He doesn't know we're here.
Willa, can we run now? Willa, let's run now. I think now's the time to run. Willa,
Are we running? She has a
And
sword.
she's running at you concerned, not in a threatening manner.
Oh, okay.
Willa, I think now's the time.
And she's sort of
When we run?
glancing around and going.
What time of day is it?
It's sort of mid-afternoon, getting on towards evening.
All right. No shadows. Okay.
This is where we run. This is the part where we run.
I guess we run.
You're gonna just run away from the tabaxi who's decked out in what looks to be, if you had to guess, having been at school for a while, typical ranger attire.
Oh.
As if they were the advisor to the school that deals with those interested in those types of activities. But if you want to run, you can attempt to run away.
I'm gonna sit.
Okay.
We were concerned about the state of things at this school, and nobody tells us anything, so we thought we were going to go talk to Willa's advisor and see if they could give us any information as to what is going on, but clearly that is not going to happen right now, so perhaps you, as a wise and knowledgeable advisor of the school, could actually deign to tell your students what exactly is going on at this place that we were all misled to attend, and reassure us that we're not in any life-threatening danger at the moment.
And then we fight.
I'm just gonna cover his mouth.
The tabaxi sort of looks to each one of you and goes, which of you is Willa? And so she sees and sort of fixes. I'm so sorry. The maestra is gone.
What?
They are all gone.
Who is left at this school?
You're left.
Myself, Professor Rayburn, and Darwin are the only three.
Did everyone leave the school and then disappear, or they disappeared from the school?
We don't, we don't know. Come with me. And she sort of gestures,
Yes, ma'am.
gestures to follow you. Do you
Is
go?
it back in the
Yes, I
direction of
go.
the Hall of E?
It's not. It's elsewhere on campus. She sort of walks out
Ma'am, I'm
towards the
sorry.
center.
We should maybe let Darwin know we kind of did not leave with his permission, and I don't want him to be on his own in there.
And she sort of
if
says,
people are disappearing.
Darwin would not leave you without good reason. Follow me. And she still keeps.
Understood.
I'll follow after. And I'm gonna hold on to Willa. I mean, that's myself. Winter.
Yeah, I'll hold on to Zoot.
I'll hold
Willa
on
and
to
I will be
myself.
the herders, the herder dogs.
Mhm.
I've got the warhammer out, and I should have all of my armor on by this point. I'm ready.
Yeah,
this is
you
not
are. You
leadership.
didn't jump out the window with half your armor on.
I'm straight.
So she brings you to a sort of small, nondescript, as nondescript as a building at this school can be, office building, and you sort of enter, and she ushers you into what you presume to be her office, and she sits you down on the couches. I don't know what's happening, but I think I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who are you? Each of you. What are your names? And what do you study? Who were you studying here with?
Oh, you know
Lady
me.
Isadora Maria Anna Colette de Carlisle. I'm studying
Yes.
the clerical arts with my advisor. I say her name. I do not remember her name, but in character I do.
Head healer Oralistor. Yep.
Head healer Rollistur.
Yes. A
Lady Maria is
a cleric. Yes.
Isadora.
And you, and she sort of gestures and nods at Zoot.
I am Zoot. I study to be a watcher under the great winter wizard.
The great winter. Who was your mentor here?
It was Caston.
Yes, but Caston is dead
Former.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, but we do not know that. But okay.
Don't we-
A watcher, you say, of the order of the watchers, the oath of the watchers. Yes.
Yes. I divine sense.
No, actually, I do. I say that, and then I immediately cast Divine Sense.
You don't get anything. There's nothing divine or otherworldly
enough.
about this individual.
I just wanted to prove that I could do it because I have a complex.
Yes. And so
See?
she looks at Willa and says, Willa with the bardic studies, yes, and you, and she looks at Winter, and who were you with?
Great Professor Greyfeet.
Ah, yes. Our artificer. We don't have much time, I fear, and I'm concerned we don't have anyone else. The Enclave needs your help. And I know you are young and inexperienced. And Professor Rayburn would not want me to say this, but I fear that all of us must. Those of us that are left must go and investigate what happened with our students. and she sort of opens a door to one side of the room and says, "Please prepare yourselves, and when you are ready, come back and we will leave." And so she opens this door, and it's a room full of shelves of what you would glean are supplies. You would know exactly what this is. This is their rope and pinions and pulleys and haversacks and bedrolls, and this is
Armaments. Yes, this is a war.
This is a storeroom to prepare yourself to be on the road for a while.
Okay.
Do you grab things? Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
Okay.
I grabbed a bunch.
I don't grab anything. I have everything I need, and I assume the stronger folk will carry the heavy weight.
Okay.
If possible, I think. Let me see.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking for
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
as you gear up, as they say? Yes, Winnie.
I'm looking, and I ask Zoot. Hey Zoot. Are there any like swords for me, like my size swords in here?
Yeah. Here.
I'll hand Winter a short sword.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Is that a whole prop? You got a whole sword for this?
She told me she was gonna shoehorn it in no matter what fucking way she could.
Wow, look at that.
I think I'll call it Sting.
Oh my god.
We love that.
Does it glow?
It does not.
Will you really call it Sting? Are you naming it? Is that canon? Should I write that down?
Yes.
If,
you should.
if it's now canon that it's Sting, it's now my life's job to try to attach that to my ass because I have lost my wyvern stinger. Thanks for that new character mission.
All right.
I
it's
found
gonna be
my new
that kind of
stinger.
party.
And it's real. It's actually real metal. And it's actually
Careful
sharp.
with
I
it.
don't know.
You shouldn't be poking it and throwing it around and shit. What?
Okay, so I do have a list. If possible, Tyler, can I get a backpack with common clothes, an insignia of rank, a trophy from fallen enemy, bone dice, a hempen rope, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, torches, 10 days of rations, and a water skin?
I'll have what he's having.
Sure you can. It's almost like you chose that already.
I will have all of it, but I'm going to put it into Zoot's bag so he carries it for me.
That is so intense.
Great, I have my character inventory that I picked out. Perfect.
I take an extra pair of thieves' tools and craftsman's tools,
Okay.
in case mine break, and I take the essentials like a bedroll, rations if they have it, this cool new sword that I got. I have no idea how to use it. You just see me like swinging it, like.
And the tabaxi, who you all still have yet to ask who they are, says, please don't just put that down when you're in here.
What? And I turn. What?
And she very quickly just grabs your wrist and twists it in a way that makes you drop the sword and says, please sheathe
Sorry.
your sword.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Are there
If
any...
there's a...
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Whitney. Willa.
There it is.
Are there any
Yikes.
health potions or anything I can grab?
There are.
I'd like to grab as many as I'm allowed to have, please.
There are 4 healing potions.
I would like those for myself,
You'll
please.
take all of them? Okay.
And I'll keep them on lock. Like they're for the party.
I would like to grab a medic's kit or a healer's kit if there's one of those.
There is.
Is anyone else afraid why Tyler's just letting us have shit?
Probably gonna-
Yes.
Well, I mean, we're in a maybe I don't know. We're probably just gonna disappear with it. Are there any other potions?
There are not.
Okay.
Is there a shield?
There is not.
Is there a loot?
That's fine.
Is there a loot?
Yeah, I left all my instruments upstairs in my room.
Make an investigation check, just of the
Okay, I'll try.
the larger room.
And it's a 14.
There's not a loot.
Okay.
There are some makeshift items that look like they might be some sort of weird instrument from a different time, place that you've ever been familiar with. They definitely look like musical instruments, but nothing that you've ever seen before.
Okay. I will take something that looks like a loot but isn't a loot.
Okay.
Can I take any sort of... Are there any, there are no, like, screws or gears or anything?
No.
You said there was a pulley, though, right?
Yes, so there are like there's a block and tackle and a pulley and rope, things to help you lift things.
I take the rope. I take all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to pick up like a bedroll and rations and all the traditional kit, but then like hold it out to Zoot.
Okay, Zoot, what do you do with it?
I mean, I'll add it to my inventory. Yeah, I think I already added 10
Great.
days of rations. So
Okay.
Amazing.
what does that make my total? How many did you just give me?
10 more.
Another 10.
I don't know.
10 more. Great.
Another 10.
20.
Mostly the bedroll is important.
And so you sort of, as you're all sort of standing in the door, you hear, we must go.
Is there a cloak in here?
Yes, there's a cloak.
Can I take the cloak?
You can. Do you want to try the cloak on?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, it's like 3 times too big for you.
It's okay. I take it.
Okay. So you're just draped in a cloak.
See, now I'm like you, Lady Isadora.
Wait, what did you say?
Now
I was
I'm like
ready-
you.
You look beautiful, darling. I'm so proud of you.
If I can, Tyler,
Mhm.
I'm gonna look at the person
Yep.
that's in the room,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna kind of walk up next to them. What's your name?
Oh, yeah.
I am Professor Jasper Talon. I was meant to have a student, but he never arrived.
My cousin, Hector?
That's well. Don't worry about it, Zoot.
And she's yes. Hector was meant to be my pupil, but I fear that he may too have been lost.
What are your pronouns, Jasper?
She sort of looks and she goes, I don't understand that question.
No worries, thank you.
Wait. Our cousin Hector's missing?
Oh,
I thought he was late.
Hector's missing?
No, I don't mean for you to worry. I just meant that he had never arrived here at Cerneros, so I never had a chance to meet him.
Probably captured by bandits and slaughtered on the road.
Not Hector. He...
So she says, but please, this is no time to dwell on
No,
those
no.
not with
Thank
us.
you. Thank you, Professor Jasper.
And she sort of gestures and opens what looks to be this sort of glimmering circle in the ground, and as she like spins her hand, and she says, please follow me, and she steps into it and she's gone.
Would
So
anyone
now
like to
we-
hold hands? Are we all holding hands for this? This feels like a holding hands moment.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll grab Winter.
I'm so...
And I'll grab everyone. I mean, like, yeah, like, I'm just gonna grab her first. She's
Whoever's
small.
hands I'm holding, I'm making sure that the amulet is tucked in the palm of one of the hands because I don't want to risk that flying off somewhere.
Oh, here, before we... You're supposed to put it around your neck. It's like a necklace.
It would look so beautiful on you, darling. Please put it on.
Here, kneel real quick.
I think we have more important things to do.
Just
Grab my hand.
listen to your Wizard Winter. Listen to Wizard Winter.
I'm jumping in. Put me in the hole. Send me to hell.
All right.
Let's go.
Bye.
Willa goes in.
God damn it.
I'll go in.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody's jumping in.
I go.
Jumping in the hole.
I cannonball in, by the way.
Cannonball in. Oh, goody.
Oh
If
no!
we're-
Maybe I shouldn't.
I
That's
sit
how
down on
Willa.
the edge and like scoot myself. Little scoot.
So you feel yourself. That's sort of the first foot that lands in the circle. You feel yourself slowly falling and falling, and then you're just sort of pulled along by that foot, and it sort of is, you're being tugged and you're being yanked sort of in one direction and another, and you all just sort of you then feel this sort of rush of air behind you, and you're pushed out into a clearing.
Like pretty clear? Like, oh, nope. Oh, this reminds me of home.
Is Jasper here as well?
They are. And Jasper sort of makes it to their feet and starts looking around.
I'm gonna stealth. I don't know where I am. Okay. 15.
15. Are you trying to hide?
Yeah. Ish. So I can kind of look around at things.
Mhm.
I can go for the brush.
Yeah, so you sort of make your way off to the side and sort of just discreetly sort of tuck yourself in and among, make yourself scarce. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna just unsheath my rapier from its parasol, holder, and walk up beside Jasper.
I'm gonna still be hankering Zoot about. No. You need to wear it around your neck. It's a necklace because you wear it around your neck.
Yeah, I think Zoot is so not paying attention to it that at this point, Winter could probably just take it out of my hand and put it on my neck while I'm looking around at the woods.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just tuck it in his little armor. So
You might
it
have to
can
jump,
be-
but you can get it around my neck. Just looking.
And I whispered to Zoot, "Is this where we draw swords?" Lady Isadora did it.
Can I see Jasper?
Oh yeah, Professor
from my
Talon
vantage point.
is not
Okay.
making them. They are leading this group on this road clearing in the woods. It's clearly a path. There's, it's dark, but you can see. And they're sort of gesturing for you all to follow close behind. But they're right in front of you.
I'm gonna send a message to them and ask them if we should stay quiet and hidden.
And she sort of hears it and doesn't respond in a whisper, just turns and says, "Just follow me and try not to make any sudden movements or loud noises." And she's very nimbly sort of making her way throughout down this path and meandering you through the woods.
I'm gonna if I can still remain stealthed, I'll follow, just kind of in my own shadow,
Mhm.
my own way.
And so you're all following her, I'm assuming? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So she sort of makes her way to the front of the group, and then she sort of holds up a hand and leans down and sort of looks at the tracks in the mud and the dirt in front of you. And then she sort of you see her head just snap to the right, and you hear a pop. What are you doing? What? Why? Professor Talon, why did you take these students off of the grounds? And she's just and you see Jasper's just and sort of has a growl and goes, Darwin, this is none of your concern. Well, I was tasked with keeping the students safe by Professor Rayburn. And you hear Jasper goes, Professor Rayburn is gone.
And really, I think you'll be able to do a better job keeping us safe if we're all here with you.
And Darwin sort of looks and... Well, all right, okay, I will.
How did you find us?
Well, I have my ways. You are my first year cohort, after all. And he sort of looks at each one of you, and then looks at Professor Talon, and Professor Talon is already looking back down the road and goes, Darwin, just keep out of sight with the students. Follow me. And Darwin sort of joins along with your group as you continue down. Yeah, Winnie.
How did he find us?
Make an insight check.
It's a 13.
Yeah, he has his ways. Just like he said. You don't there's nothing in him that seems like he's trying to hide or deceive in any way. He's just, I have my ways.
I'm gonna watch him very closely.
Okay.
I'm going to be watching our 6. I'll be, if I can, back of the group, eyes on the path behind us.
Yeah, let me get a marching order. So we've got Professor Talon in the front, and then who's immediately following behind?
I'd be happy to be right up by Professor Talon.
Okay.
Ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll be next then, because Willa's in the woods, right?
Mm-hmm. I'll be like ahead of you, Zoot. But kind of slinking along.
Okay, and then Zoot in the back.
Has
And
the
Darwin,
has the cloak that's 3 times my size been an issue?
I mean,
this?
it's dragging behind you, and you've sort of been trying to gather it as you go, as you walk through. But yeah, I mean, you're
Can
managing.
Can I tie a knot at the bottom
Oh, sure,
to get rid of the extra
sure.
length?
Yeah, that works. So you continue sort of in this line, and the professor sort of brings you upon there's a sort of copse of trees, and you see this building. Well, it used to be a building. It's super old and crumbled. These sort of falling foundation arches, not really, you can't tell what the building used to be. You just know that something went down here that wasn't great. And so you sort of arrive at this set of ruins. And Professor Talon sort of looks ahead of you and is sort of slinking in and looking out and around, and sort of sniffs the air. And she looks at Darwin and she goes, This is where it happened. And Darwin sort of looks over at her and says, You mean where they were taken? She goes, Yes. Students, you hang back a bit. We're going to investigate.
No, I feel like maybe one of you should, I don't know, like maybe one of you should stay with us, because it's better if one person disappears than two.
While I appreciate that, I do think that we need to We'll
go together. Yes, I had the same exact thought. We should stick together.
We'll need the both of us. So if the four of you could monitor the area around us and make sure that nothing comes upon us while we're working. We're going to do our best to repair this slight tear at the boundary that we've come across. And
Wait. And before he goes, I'm going to cast light on his body.
Okay.
So I can see him as he moves through the dark.
Can I, Tyler?
Mhm.
I have a quick question. So can I take one of the bobs on his staff he's been carrying around and do a little artificer magic on it?
And what do you want it to do?
Can I pick up a stone and put I don't know, just like, so I can like, remember we talked about this?
Yes. Okay.
So I just take like a rock from the ground. I hit it with my hammer, try to fashion it into some sort of cute little figurine, and I sprinkle or I imbue some magic in it. And what I'll do is I'll use my magical tinkering to allow it to be like a flashlight, a light emitted from 5 feet, right?
Yep.
And I was like, here, for good luck.
Oh, thank you, thank you, Miss Winter. So Darwin now, his staff is sort of illuminating the way. And as you do that, Winnie, Willa, you've cast light on him. So he's got this tiny little flashlight at the top of his staff, but he is just glowing and emitting a 20-foot diameter of bright light around him as he and Professor Talon sort of make their way into these archways. What are you doing, the four of you, as they sort of walk away?
I'll go off to one of the sides to guard that side. It looks like there are 3 sides open. I'll go off to the left side.
I'm going to follow them.
Okay.
As much as I can without straying too far from the group. So I will stealth to do that. I'm trying to track the light. I want to make sure, because they keep saying lost, so I just want to make sure, like, if something happens, like, I see it.
Yep.
Does it seem like they are trying to go away from us, like they're leaving us, or are everybody staying in this little temple?
No, so they are about to. They're walking sort of in through this entrance and up and around under these archways, and they're about to leave your sight.
They're about to. Okay. I will tap Isadora and I'll say,
Hey, I think maybe we should all stick together.
Okay. All right. I'll go back where the others are.
yeah, and I'm gonna, just like Willa, I think I'm gonna be trying to keep them in my sights and sort of maybe stalking them. I just don't want to lose. I want the group to stay, even if we're not back to back, at least within sightline.
Okay.
And they didn't ask us to guard this spot or anything, so I don't really feel a need to look out for threats right now at this minute.
They just wanted you to. They did say to keep an eye out and make sure that nothing sort of happens while they're in there. That's all they asked.
Yeah.
So okay, so as you so they sort of the 4 of you are sort of holding back in this area, staying together, but maintaining sort of eyes on Darwin and Jasper. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So as they sort of enter into this temple area, you hear, oh no, and you hear just this like blood screeching sound.
That's
I'm
a battle
going in.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
going in. Time.
And do you follow them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so as you run forward, you see Darwin.
I swear, if you kill off
we're
Darwin,
on a battle map now. We love it.
You see
I know.
Darwin and
I
Jasper
love it.
surrounded
It was like
by
cinematic view. Let's just take the camera overhead for some reason. Why not?
Yeah.
surrounded
We need a grid for no reason.
surrounded by a
Ooh,
group of creatures,
Mm-hmm.
and you
wizards.
aren't
No.
sure what or who these creatures are. You just hear this sort of screeching and slow moving as Darwin and Jasper are looking in a bit of trouble. And I am going to need everyone, let's see if I can do this right, to roll initiative.
How do I do this? How do I do this on this channel?
So if you go into encounter, it's the fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's just a button you just click and it does it
It's
automatically.
a D20 on the right.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, we're rough, guys. Except for winter.
Holy shit.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna go pee at the top of this. I'll be right back.
Okay. So we are going to start with okay, Winnie, what are you doing? You see 5 figures. You see Jasper and Darwin at the center of this clearing of these underneath these ruins.
Mm-hmm. Is there any way I could use Thorn Whip to pull Darwin back?
You could, but he's gonna
But he
take
would
damage.
take damage. Okay. Yeah. Why don't we do that?
You're gonna use Thorn Whip on Darwin.
A gentle Thorn
A
Whip.
gentle Thorn Whip.
Because I want to pull him away from the center of the fray.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Please let me miss. The way you say that is so horrible. That's a nat 1.
Okay, yeah, you all are new. These abilities are new to you. So as you go and try to conjure the magic that Professor Greyfeet and you have been working on for so long, the sort of moment overwhelms you, and the nerves get the better of you, and your hands are shaking, and you just can't sort of make the components work in the way that you need them to, and the spell sort of fizzles and drops. And despite its normal 30-foot range, the whip sort of magically spits out of your hand and lands about 10 feet in front of you and then disappears.
Well,
So next... Oh, sorry, do you need to move? Do you want to move?
yeah, I'll... Oh boy, let me take a quick look real quick. Yep, my AC has not improved. Sad. Yeah, I'll move this away. Or actually, no. I'll move closer so I can stand next to Darwin and down here.
Okay, so you're going to move and sort of tuck in next to Darwin. All right.
Yeah, because he'll get flanking if one comes near him, like up the diag, right?
He will. So the next thing that you see happen is this creature that's sort of at the top runs toward Professor Talon and is going to try to make a slam attack, and that is a 20 to hit, and it does. So that is 6 plus 1. That's 5. Okay, so Professor Talon, you sort of see this creature just sort of overwhelm and overpower her as it moves closer. and it sort of slams its body weight under her shoulder, and you see her kind of crumple, and as she does, she's able to take an attack and sort of stab at it and jam her short sword into its midsection. You just hear this like screech, and that is its turn. Next we have Darwin, and Darwin is sort of going to look to Professor Talon and look to you, Winnie, and he's going to sort of pull out his staff, and in a way that you sort of haven't seen him wield it before ever. There hasn't really ever been a need for him to. He is going to sort of swing the staff above his head and just slam it at the nearest creature, and a jolt of fire is going to propel itself out of the end of his staff and just engulf this zombie here that's sort of right directly in front of him. And it is going to take...
I know I can't do it, but the urge to sing the Cranberries is real.
Sort of 14. Okay, that one is looking pretty rough. It sort of screeches and howls as the flames from Darwin sort of engulf it, and it sort of, you see it sort of writhing in the middle of the flames, and it's screeching, and then the flames sort of evaporate and rush out and back into the end of Darwin's staff. The next one is going to go and try to run up, and Winnie, it sees you, and it's going to take its body and hurl itself at you. That is a 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. You take 7 bludgeoning damage.
It's nice knowing y'all.
Are you down?
I am down. Down.
Huh?
No, you're around. And Sugar, we're going down swinging.
You're such a baby. You're a baby.
Yep. Come save the baby suit!
I will. I'm coming. Don't
And
worry.
Isadora!
Okay, Professor Talon is up.
Wait, you gotta call for Zoot? Never mind. I'm not coming for you.
Professor Talon is
Okay.
going to sort of retract the short sword from this zombie closest to her and stab it in one more time. And she is able to connect with it, but she doesn't sort of hit anything vital. She kind of wiggles it around and misses as its body weight is still sitting on her. So it's only going to take 4 piercing damage. And this one that Darwin sort of took, it's sort of screeching and recovers from the flames and just zeroes in on Darwin. And it's going to run up and also make an attack on him. That is a hit. He is going to take 6 damage. Okay. And sort of the body weight lands on Darwin, and his gnomish figure just crumples and disappears from sight for a minute. Isadora, you're up. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run right up to my girl, Winter, whose name I finally know, and I'm gonna use my cantrip, Spare the Dying on her.
You're okay. You're gonna use Spare the Dying. Winter, are you are you down?
I am at 0 hit points.
So
Okay.
you are not up, but you are stabilized.
Yay!
You should not have to make death
Yes.
saving.
No death saving throws for
So do I have 1?
Winnie.
Do I have 1 hit point, or I still am at 0?
You
I
are
think
still
you're
at
still
0,
at
but you
0.
don't have to make any death saving throws.
I can live with
You
that.
are
Thank
stable.
I lean down and I touch your forehead, and it kind of looks like almost stars or like silver glitter kind of trickles down my hand into your forehead.
Okay, you didn't move your full 30, so do you want to stay with her, or do you want to move somewhere else? You've got a 5 feet
I'll
left.
move. I'll head this way towards Jasper.
Okay. That's yours. So this final creature is going to come up behind the one nearest. And it is going to take... yeah, it's gonna sort of stumble over and sort of trip over Winter's body on its way to the perceived threat, which is Darwin. And it's going to miss. So it sort of lunges at Darwin and sort of trips and falls and stumbles onto the ground at his feet. You still can't see Darwin, those of you that
Even though he
know
has
where
the
he
light
is.
on him?
You see a light, you just don't see
Okay.
the figure of the gnome.
Okay, got it,
Willa,
got it,
it's
got it.
your go.
Okay, so I am going to try and drag Winnie out of the way.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can just get to her with your movement.
Okay. I will be here then. Can I take my dagger and can I chuck it at the one that just tried? Well, wait, there's one that's almost dead, right?
Yes, so the one that is directly sort of in front of you and Darwin, like
Yeah.
Darwin's between you and that one,
I'd
that
like
one's
to
looking really bad.
I'd like to take my dagger and I'd like to right at it.
Okay,
If
roll
I
for an
can.
attack. Yep.
Okay, so 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And then that's a 3.
Okay, 3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Tyler, is it possible to zoom a little on the Twitch Foundry? When I looked and I saw that there's a lot of empty map space around where the actual battle's happening.
Let me see if I can. Sorry, I wasn't looking over there. You're right. Let's see if that frames it a little better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. So it's not down, but it is looking not great.
Okay.
And then you're gonna use your a bonus to try to drag Winnie back. Is that what you're doing?
I don't have a bonus.
Okay, yeah. So you made it to her. You threw the dagger. That's all you can
Yeah.
do. Okay.
I'll just put out a hand, I guess, to her.
Okay.
I can't take it. I'm unconscious.
Zoot, you're up.
Perfect.
I don't have a ton of space. They've clogged the bottleneck here, so
Sorry.
I'll
You can walk through me.
step up a little bit, and I will try to throw a javelin at the zombie directly on top of Darwin. And at the same time, I'll be yelling,
We have to pull out! Come back! Come back! There's too many of them!
Okay. Roll for an attack.
and that's a +5, so that's going to be an 8. But that's not surprising considering I'm trying to not hit Willa. Throwing my
sorry.
javelin down this hall.
Yeah, an 8 does not hit.
No. Yeah, so I think I have
wait,
2
no,
shots.
an 8 hits. My bad.
An
8
8
hits.
does hit. Oh,
8
good lord.
hits.
All
Go
right.
ahead and roll damage.
Great. Then in that case, that little guy's going to take... Oh, I'm throwing it. I'm not using it melee. So when I throw it, it is 1d6. That'll be 5 damage on that guy above Darwin.
Okay. And as you sort of see this guy, and it sort of takes the javelin directly into the skull, and you watch
Nice.
as it falls. You said that was 8 damage?
It was
Or,
5
I'm sorry,
damage.
5 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so as the javelin sort of lands in its skull, you see it twitch and sort of crick itself back up and pull the javelin out of its skull and drop it to the ground.
Wizard magic.
And it is it's back on its feet.
Come back to me. We want to pull them through the bottleneck, not us.
Okay. Zoot, that's your roll. Now this final zombie is going to come and
Join the party.
join the party on Professor Talon.
Can he not? He's not invited. No
Sorry, he's
invitation.
attending.
Didn't
He too will miss though, so he's going to be sort of swinging wildly, and just throws himself at her feet, and she's able to sort of dodge out of the way as her sword is still stuck in the other one.
Let's go, Jasper.
And we are back to the top of the turn. Winnie, you are stabilized, but you are at 0 HP, so you do not get a turn. So this one in front of Jasper that has its sword stuck in, or her sword stuck in it, is going to swipe out at you, Isadora. That's a 15 to hit.
Yup.
Okay.
We love it.
That is a... Come on. This one. That is 4 damage, 4 bludgeoning damage.
I'm still standing.
And it's just sort of gonna like spew this like bile in your face as it lunges out and connects with you right on your shoulder. It is Darwin's turn. And Darwin... What is Darwin going to do? What is Darwin going to do?
What is Darwin gonna do?
Darwin is going to...
Rock him with the stick.
He's going to sort of slam his stick into the ground and then pull it close to his chest, and you're going to see the light. So Willa, the light that is on him and emitting from him that you cast on him dissipates, and all of a sudden Darwin goes dark, and then you see these
Dark Darwin.
sparks, and this flame just starts to envelop him. And these flames are moving fast and sort of engulfing his body and whirling around him. And he just sort of pushes his arms out, and the nearest 2 zombies, let's see, the one that sort of cricked back up after the javelin and the one nearest to him here are going to take... I need my D8. So, okay, so this one, the fire sort of impacts this nearest one, and it goes down. It is... That one is done for good. This one sort of recoils back at the flame that's jumping off of Darwin's body and spearing through its body. And you can see, Willa, if you were conscious, you would see the flame sort of shoot through this middle section of this creature. And it takes a lot of damage. It is up, but it is hurt. Okay, this next one is going to swing around. It can't get a clean shot at Darwin where it is, so it's going to come around and try to reach for him there. It misses. So it too is going to sort of swipe, but the flames that are pulsing off of Darwin are preventing it from getting anywhere close. And as it takes a swipe, you also notice that as it tries to attack him, it also gets hurt in the process, and it will take...
That's good. We like it.
9. It will take 9 points of fire damage.
Go, Darwin. You're not just someone that babysits us. You have a purpose. I'm happy for you.
Okay, so that's that one's go. It is now Jasper's move. She's going to strike out with her sword again. That connects.
Zoom
Bless
tight.
And
you.
she is going to scream, "Students, get out of here!" And she's gonna sort of curl back into this void here. And Isidore, she's gonna kind of pull you along with her, so you're actually gonna get pushed and moved
No.
back with her.
Hmm.
Do you try to resist her?
I do try to resist her.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
How can you resist?
Or make a
Ooh.
strength saving throw. She's way stronger than you. So make a strength saving throw.
Hell yeah, that's a dirty 19. I think my strength is -1, so that's an 18.
Ooh, she rolled pretty bad. So yeah, you're able to sort of, she tries to pull you along and you're planted and ready to fucking go, and she's just like, she sort of and whirls around and sort of is looking at Winter, who she sees now for the first time is on the ground and unconscious. Isadora, it is your turn.
I'm going to hop right over this way. No, actually, I'm gonna hop up and fill this void to try to protect Darwin if I can. And I'm gonna attack this guy right here with my rapier, which is, what do I roll? That's a 1d20 plus 2. We love that. Hey, that's a 19 to hit though.
That hits.
With a 1d8 plus 1. Hell yeah, this was a lit roll. That's a 9 damage.
Nice.
Isidora's pissed.
This is the one that's sort of above you or in front of you?
Yes, the one that's above me.
Okay, yeah, they're looking rough. Do you move? What do you? Is that your,
I'm
is
gonna
that
stay right where I am.
Okay.
Let me see if I can protect this one side of Darwin at least.
All right. This one that's underneath Darwin is going to take one more attempt. Yeah, that hits. Darwin takes 7. So this, you see the zombie that's sort of Darwin's between you and this zombie, and it just grabs him and pulls him to the ground, and he slams his head on the pavement, and he's still, you see the little gnomish body is up, but he's definitely dazed. And he's gonna sort of turns and stares, and you can see he's staring right at Winnie on the ground next to him. Willa,
Nope.
Willa, it's your turn.
I am going to look at him. I'm gonna look at Winnie. I'm gonna take a step forward. And then I'm gonna grab her by whatever I can pull. I don't know which way she fell, maybe by her legs. And I'm gonna pull up.
Through the cloak. I got a cloak on. That's
I'll
3 times
pull-
my size.
I don't want that to fall off. I'm gonna grab a part of you, like your leg or something, and I'm gonna start heaving backwards. But I opened up the pathway so that Zoot wants to go through, he can. So, bottleneck open. No more traffic, brosy. So yeah, can I try and drag her backwards out of the way, please?
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay. That's a 19.
Yeah, you are able to drag her. You're at half speed because you're dragging her, but you can drag her 15 feet out towards the mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna drag her as far as I can.
Okay.
So 5, 10. You said, yep.
Go there.
But
Didn't you grab healing potions?
yes, I did. But I want to get you out of that first, and that was my action. Can I not be in this area though? I want to be over to the side, please.
Sure. Yep. So
Yeah.
you drag her here. Okay. And yep.
Okay.
Anything else?
I guess that's all I can do. That was my action, so
Yep.
let's move on.
Okay. Zoot, what are you doing?
Oh, I think I wildly misunderstood the battle map. I thought this was some sort of corridor along here that we were going back and forth between the two chambers.
I guess these are steps up. Sorry, I should have explained this better. There are steps up, but as they were sort of already at this top platform.
Gotcha. So they're coming down this hill.
They were coming down, right? So they're, rather than using the steps, they're coming down the sort of side of the slope.
Okay, yeah,
if that makes more sense.
That's way different than I thought it was going to be. That's okay. In that case, I'm just going to come up and I'll toss a javelin at the zombie just north of Isadora there. So attack. I've got 4 javelins left, so let's see how this one goes. That is a natural 1.
Hey!
Oh, no, darling.
Roll a dexterity save to not hit Isadora.
That's actually going to be probably fine. 17 plus 1 is 18.
Yes, that's okay. So you definitely don't. You miss way long. You overestimate because of the sort of elevation, and it just sails over the head of the creature and lands sort of in the brush well beyond.
Yeah. Turns out Zoot didn't know what he was looking at either. So.
Anything else? You didn't move your full 30, so you've got more movement.
3 steps back. Boom.
Okay, Zoot, as you step back,
Oh god.
you sort of see from the trail behind you
Ah!
3 more pop up. And
I'm gonna be switching to Warhammer mode now. I think I'm done with the javelins.
Lucky for all of you, they rolled really shitty initiative. So we're going back to the top.
A -1? Can that mean he just doesn't go?
He just kills himself.
Yeah.
So Willa, you did not heal. You did not give Winnie a healing potion on that last one, right?
I did not. Sorry, I wanted to get her out of the way first. I didn't want her to pop up, then go right back down.
Okay, so this one is going to take another swipe at Isadora. That is a 9 to hit. Isadora, does that hit?
Me? No, it doesn't.
Okay, so it sort of swipes at you and you're able to sort of sidestep it. They are brutal, but they are slow, and you can sort of dodge out of the way. Darwin is going to sort of look over his shoulder and sort of see these 3 new creatures that have appeared, and he is going to scream, "Children, follow me!" And he's going to grab his staff and slam it into the ground, and you see this sort of swirling pool. It's different than the pool that Jasper Talon rendered in her office. It is a like boiling cauldron of red, and he is going to see it swirling, and he's going to shove Jasper into it. Isadora, he's going to grab you and try to pull you down into it.
I won't resist this time. If he's going with me, I'll jump in.
Okay, so Darwin sort of grabs you and throws you into it, and as he does, he sort of swings the staff back around and is sort of protecting the pool from these other 4 creatures. And Isadora, you and Jasper blink out of existence and into this portal on the floor. It is now... Zombie is gonna make an attack. It's gonna miss. Wow, I fucking suck. I need a new D20. All right, he's gonna sort of slam down on it.
Keep using it.
And Darwin's just able to fend it off with the staff. This one. Okay, this one is gonna see you, Zoot, and it's gonna come up and make a slam attack. That is a 4. What the? Wow. Okay, it's gonna like trip and fucking fall on the uneven stones and sort of land at your feet and just kind of try to crawl towards you. But it is not going to affect you. This guy is down. So Willa, it is your turn, and Darwin is screaming at you. Get into the portal! Get into the portal!
I'm gonna grab a health potion, I'm gonna open up her mouth, and I'm gonna dump that shit in, then pull her up and run for it.
Okay, are you pulling her with you, or are you just...
Well, I don't know how this works. If I give her, like, it's gonna be harder for me to pull her if she's down, correct?
Yeah, so your action was to give her that potion.
I'll give her the health potion, and then I'm gonna take off towards
And then
the
you're
orb.
just gonna run. And you
But
can
before I jump in, can I ask him if he's gonna come with us?
Yes, go! And you just hear him screaming at you.
Okay. Yeah.
Baby.
I will.
How much health do I get back?
And you
You roll. I think it's like 1d4 plus 2, right? Is that correct? I don't know what health potion it was though.
yes, it was just a regular healing potion. So 1d4 plus 2?
Or wait, you were wait, no. Potion of healing, 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
There you go. 2d4 plus 2. Yep.
I got all my hit points back.
Cool.
Love it. Back up to 10. Not dead.
You mean 7?
Back up to 7. Not dead. All right. Zoot, it is your go.
Yeah, I'll take the Warhammer and I will attack the first zombie next to me. That is going to be... Don't screw up this roll. 8 plus 5 is 13.
13 hits.
Hits. So... Because I'm now Warhammering, a little more damage. That's gonna... Oh, try this one more time. Slash roll. Dang, I only rolled a 3. So, total 6. 6 damage on that zombie in front of me.
Okay, and are you doing any movement?
I am not. I'm assuming because he said children, and I am 34 years old, that he's trying to get the prissy sisters out of the way. And I'll stay here and keep fighting with him.
Okay. So the one right in front of you, it sees you not moving, it sees you swinging that warhammer, and it is going to slam itself into you. That is a 9 to hit.
That is a miss.
Fucking A. All right, so it trips as well, and you've got these two zombies sort of crawling at your feet, advancing on you. They are not letting up, but they are as of yet not harming you. This one is going to
actually crawling?
They are actually crawling towards you. Yes, on the ground, trying to grab at your legs. That is a 17 to hit. That connects. Darwin takes 6. He's not looking great. But
baby.
that zombie took damage because it fucking attacked him and he's on fire. So it takes 11 fire damage. Okay, and Zoot, this next one is going to come near to you, and it is a 10 to hit. Does a 10 hit, Zoot?
Zoot has his armor on.
Zoot has his armor on. Fucking right.
Does he trip too? Can they all be prone? They're all prone.
He trips
I
as
have
well.
advantage on all of them.
They are all prone and crawling towards you. And it is now Winnie, your turn.
Wow. Okay.
You've got Zoot sort of with 3 zombies at his feet. You've got Darwin screaming at you. Get in the portal! Winter, get in the portal!
The portal, Winter!
You need to go too!
Go!
Come on.
They're just
I will
children!
follow. I need to stay here and close the portal behind us. Go!
Okay, fine. Hang on. Yeah, no. Okay. I'm just doing math real quick. Don't mind me. Yeah. I guess I'll take the long way around, right? So I'll go like 5, 10, 15, 20,
Why though?
25. So I can, because I have 30, and then I'm guessing the portal is right here.
Yes, it's sort of between you. Sorry, I think I can. Yeah, it's. Do you see my ping? It's right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
So I can hit one of these with my short sword.
Sure. Yes, you can use
Little swording.
sting and. So roll for an attack.
That's 17.
17 hits. Roll damage.
It's 5.
5 damage. So
Yeah,
you sort of
and then-
stab into it. It goes down, and 5 damage. You said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It sort of backs itself up off of your short sword and reconstitutes itself and just growls at you. It should be down, but it's not down.
Jesus. Okay, yeah. I hop in the portal, and I yell, "Zoot! Wizard, Winnie Wizard says, get your ass in the portal!"
And you
And yeah, I
link
jump in.
away. Okay. It is now this guy's turn. He'll advance on Darwin as well. And he's flanked, so he gets advantage. That hits. 4. All right. Zoot, you just hear Darwin. "Ah!" And you see the portal that's in the ground starts to kind of pulse
Yeah.
in a way that
Yeah.
it wasn't before. And there's
Yeah.
sort of static around the edges. And you just hear, "Zoot! Now! Get in now!" And this next zombie is going to attack Darwin. That hits. That's some damage. Okay. You see this hand slam down at Darwin, and as the hand is coming in, you see this force, not the fire that is sort of enwrapping around Darwin's body, but this like white force just repulse this zombie, and it flies back, and it takes.
That's good.
Yeah, it falls back 10 feet, and it takes enough radiant damage that it goes down and cannot come back. Zoot, the one that's directly in front of you now, or I guess it's the one underneath you, is going to try to slam. That's a fucking 2. It misses. It's still crawling. Still fucking crawling.
It's got disadvantage anyway because it's crawling.
It's fucking prone. Zoot, it is your go. You've got to.
Okay, I should get into the portal. All right, so first
you got a fucking warhammer and 3 prone enemies. You do you, man.
Well,
That's a good point.
I've got an action still. I mean, while I'm here. Can I do this? Does that work? It does. Maybe. Yes, it does. Cool. So that is a 16 to hit, so that's going to hit. And then damage... D10. So that's going to be 7 more on the one I hit last time.
Okay.
So he should have taken a total of 12?
13.
No, 13. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. Okay, yep,
but-
looking rough, but still crawling.
Okay. Anyway, hit and run. Let's go!
Okay, and Zoot
Come on, Gumdrop!
blinks out. And as you go and blink out, you hear this sort of like rushing sound. And you all find yourselves in
Oh, thank God Darwin's there. I was so afraid.
different wood. Darwin is here. Professor Talon is here.
Thank God.
You
Thank
notice.
Corellin.
You notice
It's Cora yawn. Okay.
some
It's Corellin where I'm from.
mists in the air. A thick fog. Unlike anything you've ever seen before in your lives. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh my god.
And
What?
out steps Hector.
Hey, where you guys been?
This is the last of our prequels. We can't have a cliffhanger.
If
No, we still have
That's
Session 0.
rude,
Session 0
Tyler.
is just gonna
Oh, we
start with us.
do.
Well,
And
we'll see. We'll see about Session 0. But thank you all for watching tonight. Does anybody have anything that they want to plug? Anything that they want to chat about?
Come sign up for our 24-hour playfest. It is a weekend that's coming up. I don't know what weekend it is. But we're about half full, but we're still taking writers, directors, and actors. So if you do any of those things, or if you want to do any of those things, come sign up. It's a really good time. We already have a bunch of Qualmar people involved, and we want more of you. So come do it. It's fun.
here's the link. I think. Oh shoot! It won't let me actually paste it. It's so long.
That's.
Yikes.
Hang
hold
on,
on.
I'll find it.
There we
I'll
go.
find it. I'll
There we
paste
go.
There it is.
I
Thank
found
you.
it.
Thank you, James.
I was copying the Facebook redirect. There you go.
Others, plugs, things.
Thanks, Craig. April 30th, May 1st.
Paranoia.
Paranoia. That's the next thing happening on this channel. That's Tuesday. We got a real fun adventure lined up. It's gonna be team deathmatch. So what can I say without spoiling too much? I'll say this. There's 2 new additions to the screen which keep track of the total kills from each team during that game, so you can keep track how many kills your team has had, and whatever team has the most kills by the end of the game.
Jesus.
It's all the bennies.
I think I'm gonna be
Yay.
sick on Tuesday, James. I don't know if I can make it.
But hey, look, you got a team though. I can't tell you who your team members are yet, though I think you might be able to pull up the list. But you will have 2 other wonderful troubleshooters to help you kill.
It's going to be great. Everything's going to be wonderful. Willa or Winnie, anything?
I don't do anything. I don't leave my house.
Willa doesn't leave the house.
No.
Winnie.
I don't have a life.
And Winnie,
I'm in grad
and Winnie's a
school.
grad student. So great. All right. Well, thank you all for being with us on what was our session -1 of Another One Bites the Dice. And we'll look forward to sort of seeing how this story is going to continue unfolding. But until then,
It's gonna start. The campaign starts, right? That's like our next game is
the next
campaign.
game is the campaign. So
Wait, what day is that? When is that?
well, we
Wait,
got to figure it
what?
out because we all have crazy schedules. So it's
Oh.
June. So we are now
In June!
Another One Bites the Dice will be beginning fully in June. So
And that's the name of the campaign. It's called Another One Bites the Dice. It's
'cause,
clever.
you know, like biting and vampires.
Da-da-da.
Anyway, until June.
Keep
Keep rolling
rolling
the
the dice.
Hey!
rolling the dice.